As you exit, please pause to view the ceremonial flag in front of the stadium. And remember Thomas Snyder, an American hero. We thank Savage 61 for sponsoring this tribute to the military members of our community. If you would like to have your loved one honored, please contact the Fightins front office.
Hi, I'm Scott Hunsinger, General Manager. Hi, I'm Scott Hunsinger, General Manager of the Ready Fight Phils. Since 1996, the Our Phils have depended on the great people of Stratic Systems for all of our computer needs. I know about mascots and hot dogs and fun. I don't know a lot about computers. And if you're like me, you really don't want to worry about your computer system or how it works. You just want to know that everything's working well. And if something isn't working right, you want to know that your computer partner will be on site quickly to get everything working properly. Our friends at Stratic Systems have always been there for us, handling all of our computer needs for more than 23 years. Now Stratic also provides us with our photocopiers, our printers, all of our
Hello, Reading Fightin' Phils fan. We're back for Game 4 against the Erie SeaWolves here at First Energy Stadium. The first two games a wash for the Fightin' Phils, but last night's game, the most exciting of the three. Bottom of the ninth, our Phils start to rally. Big error by Dylan Rosa out in left field last night allowed Daniel Brito to reach early on and score two that reached on a walk. Then back in the ninth inning, Luke Miller started things off by singling to left. Archimedes Gamboa made his way to first on a fielder's choice, and Miller was able to slide to second on another Erie error. Dalton Guthrie then shot the ball to right field, and Miller scored easily, and the score moved to 5-3. With Brito up at the plate representing the winning run, an RBI single was sent into right field, making the score 5-4. The crowd went wild. Finally, Matt Vierling sent a perfectly placed ball into right field for a sacrifice fly deep enough for Guthrie to score. He tagged up at third, Sean Williams sending him home, but the tag by the catcher Rosoff just grazed the back of his jersey, and that was that at the end of the game. Our Phils lost 5-4, but the most exciting matchup that we have seen thus far, and putting the Our Phils back in this series here as we head into Game 4. Tonight on the mound, we have A.J. Ladwig for the Erie SeaWolves. He's coming off Tommy John back in 2019. He spent parts of 2017 and 2018 with the Erie SeaWolves, so he has a lot of experience in Double-A. Back in 2017, he spent times in all three levels. In Erie, he spent about 9 games, and he was pretty effective for the SeaWolves. Then in 2018, he split times between Double-A and Triple-A, where he really found his groove in Erie. 2.6 ERA in 53 innings, 48 strikeouts. Be interesting to see, having not pitched in over 2 years, how Ladwig is going to fare. I think if he can get over the nerves and the hump of the adrenaline of playing in that first game, in 2 years he'll be great. And if he can keep that ball down and showcase command, that is where he's going to be most effective. On the flip side, we have a new promotion to the Fightin' Phils just as of this afternoon. Jordani Mezquita for the Fightin' Phils. He comes up from Jersey Shore Blue Claws, the new high A affiliate for the Phillies. Left-handed pitcher, 6'1", 185, just 23 years of age. Back in 2019, he pitched for Lakewood, which was the low A affiliate at the time, now Jersey Shore high A affiliate. He was 3.97 in 27 games. He spent half of his time as a reliever and half of his time as a starter, and we will see if manager Sean Williams continues with that piggyback system that the Phillies have been working with. I'm not sure who he's going to be paired with today. Gogloski, who was supposed to be the starter today, was promoted to Lehigh Valley. He's going to be making the start there. If you're interested in seeing his stats, we'll be keeping up with that. And he wasn't supposed to have a piggybacker, so I'm not sure if Williams is going to have someone that's going to come in early on, or if we'll see Mezquita for a while now. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back with your lineups and defensive positioning. Stick around. You don't want to miss Game 4 against the Erie SeaWolves.
The Blue Marsh Insurance exclusive group is located in our groups of 20 treated to 2.5 buffet and festive atmosphere view for the visiting. Regular game ticket per person for call us 10-370 to reserve a spot. Phil's Get Hungry Team Feed Part. Thanks to Wild Missings Bakery, Feed Restaurant, Bakery Pizzeria, Jimmy G's Railroad House, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria, and Klingers on Carsonia for making sure the Fightin' Phil's front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners, but don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today. The Helping Company is a proud naming rights sponsor for the Hall of Famer Stadium area at First Energy Stadium, and a presenting naming sponsor of 5 firework nights this season. The Helping Company is a locally owned family business with over 20 years of experience, offering free roof inspections and storm damage repairs, plus so much more. Give them a call today at 610-234-2210 for your roofing needs, or visit their website 24/7 at thcexteriors.com. The Helping Company, your local roofing specialist.
Fans, we are back here at First Energy Stadium. The weather update, everyone's asking about it. 58 degrees here at First Energy Stadium. Not exactly cool, but definitely chillier than the past couple of days. Wind blowing left to right, 9 miles per hour right now. It is not raining, it is not drizzling, but it is certainly not sunny, as there are clouds in the sky. There was a slight drizzle earlier in the day. We pulled the tarp on the field, but the grounds crew just pulled it off about 5 minutes ago. Now they're prepping the plate, prepping the lines, and fixing up the pitcher's mound as they get ready to start on time. I'm being told 7:05 still the hope for the start of the game. All the teams are out there warming up in the outfield, kind of loosening up their arms, throwing around. Fightin' Phils did get their IO in earlier, but they did not get BP in, and I did see Erie out in the outfield earlier, but they did not get BP in either. So unsure how that's going to affect the game. Probably did take some hitting in the cages a little bit, so hopefully they were able to get loosened up that way, and now see everyone taking some long throws out on the field. As it is a chilly day, got to keep those muscles loose and warm as we get ready for baseball here in First Energy Stadium, hoping that the rain and the wind will hold off as much as we can. Not sure about the storm on the forecast. Does look like it might come our way, but you never know. Always could veer in the other direction. We've been lucky here for the past 3 games at First Energy Stadium, so hopefully we can keep that luck going. Let's go over the starting lineups. First, for the Erie SeaWolves, of course, Riley Green leading off as he has done all series long. Ryan Kreidler, the number 2. Jacob Robson, Drew Ward, Kerry Carpenter. Juan Centeno back behind the plate tonight. Dylan Rosa, the designated hitter. Cole Peterson and Valente rounding out that top 9. For the Fightin' Phils, Archimedes Gamboa leading things off as always. He leads the league, the entire Northeast League, in walks. He has had 6 so far. Next closest has had 4. He's pretty much the only Fightin' Phil cracking any of the hitting statistics so far here this season. So pretty impressive patience there from Gamboa. Dalton Guthrie batting second, Daniel Brito, and Matt Vierling rounding out that number 4 spot. We saw him make his way into the cleanup position last night, and he will stick there for manager Sean Williams. Josh Stevens Steven, back from Lehigh Valley. He enters the lineup tonight, first time back in the ballpark since 2019. He was slated to start the season here, but at the last second, he ended up staying put in Lehigh Valley. He was there at the alt site when we started this whole thing earlier in February. He stuck around there. They needed a couple extra guys with the whole COVID issue going on with the Phillies, and just with having some extra backup guys there on the injured list. Finally today, he was transferred back here in Lehigh Valley. He has had 8 at-bats, scoring 1 run, but no recorded hit. So he is still looking for his first hit of the 2021 season, but he has had a lot of experience here at America's Classic Ballpark. He actually had the highest batting average on the team last year back here. So pretty impressive for Josh Stevens. He finished the season batting .271. That was the highest on the team. And our Phils could definitely use an extra bat here. Rodolfo Duran batting in that number 6 spot after having the night off last night. Madison Stokes, Nick Matera, the DH yesterday. He hadn't got a hit, but he did showcase some really strong power here, and that was pretty impressive. Hopefully he'll be able to capitalize on that today and record his first hit. And Luke Miller rounding out that 9. He will be over at first base once again tonight. A little bit of a defensive shift for the Fightin' Phils since we've seen the first 2 games from left to right in the outfield. Stokes, Vierling, and Steven helping out Vierling. Now he was the only outfielder listed on the roster, but now Fightin' Phils have 2 everyday outfielders and probably will rotate that third. Stokes getting his first appearance out there today from left to right in the infield. Brito, Gamboa, Guthrie, and Miller. Gamboa back at the start at shortstop, and Guthrie and Brito exchanging spots tonight. Duran behind the plate. For Erie, Peterson, Kreidler, Valente, Ward in the infield, Centeno behind the plate, and in the outfield, Carpenter, Green, and Robson. Green getting all 4 starts in center field has been pretty impressive, the 20-year-old number 2 prospect for the Tigers. Behind the plate tonight, the crew chief, we are back with Emil Jimenez, who had a pretty clean game on the opening night. He was pretty consistent with his strike zone. Overall, no complaints from fans or coaches alike. Out on third base, Velez, and right is on first base is Steve Jasinski. As we get things ready here at America's Classic Ballpark, the grounds crew begins to line the field and the players head back into the dugout. We are about to take a short break before we head into the national anthem prep and everything gets going. We're going to take a short break and be right back here at First Energy Stadium.
Is presented by Pepsi. Let's go Fightin' Phils, and don't forget to drink more Pepsi.
Seidel.
Fans, you will notice that the Art Phils team tonight is wearing special.
The Seidel Auto Group Deck Picnic appeals to both diehard and casual fans with a summer picnic-like and fun tailgate atmosphere. During your picnic, you may even catch a souvenir as the area is situated directly in prime home run territory behind the left field wall. Regular game tickets are $29 per person for groups of 20 or more, and children 4 and under are free. Visit Fightins.com/groups or call 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Enjoy the ultimate season ticket package with the Riverfront Federal Credit Union VIP Club season membership. Benefits of the VIP Club include a padded seat bottom and back, exclusive entrance which opens 10 minutes early with immediate access to your seats, special tickets with your name and a voucher for a hot dog, soda, and a bag of chips at each game, plus 2 VIP Club pregame cocktail parties each season. What are you waiting for? Join the Riverfront Federal Credit Union Fightin' Phils Season Ticket VIP Club membership today.
Be the first to know everything about your Red and Fightin' Phils by signing up for the Baseball Town Insider email newsletter. Once you become a Baseball Town Insider, you will receive breaking news about Fighton's promotions, including giveaways and guest appearances, special events, exclusive offers, and discounts on tickets and merchandise, just for being a Baseball Town Insider. Visit Fightons.com to sign up for this free email newsletter. The Baseball Town Insider. Stay in the loop and become a member today.
At First Energy Stadium, I'm Emily Messina here on the airwaves with you. 6:53 on the clock. We are 10 minutes away from the first pitch here at First Energy Stadium. Thank you all so much for joining me near and far. It's going to be a heck of a night. Our Phil's looking for their first win of the 2021 season. Tonight, if you came to the game, you got a Mother's Day weekend Pink Out for Breast Cancer backpack if you are a female 18 or older. And Savage Auto Group presents Fiesta Friday with Los Luchadores de Reading Latino Tribute uniforms. You'll probably be seeing those on the graphics. Fightin' Phils in their Los Luchadores uniforms, and Erie brought their Piñatas uniforms as part of the Copa La Diversión initiative to be more inclusive of the Latino and Hispanic community that has been such a huge part of growing this sport. That is presented by Imperium Marketing, EXP Real Estate, especially by Alex Batanzas, Humane Pennsylvania, and Mao Beer. We will probably have a guest tonight from Humane Pennsylvania. We are a proud partner with them, and they are sponsoring not only the Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, but also those Bark in the Park nights at First Energy Stadium. So if you have a friendly little guy, pet that you want to bring out to the ballpark, love an outdoor event, and just be able to take them outside and enjoy the game with them on a beautiful night at First Energy Stadium, you can get tickets to one of those Bark in the Park nights as soon as we schedule them. We are finishing up our promotional schedule for the rest of the season because starting June 8th, this ballpark will be packed. 100% capacity in all areas of the ballpark, including group areas, so you do not have to socially distance from your friends or family. You can sit right next to them and fill up that group area, as well as individual stands. Season ticket holders, mini plan holders, flex bank holders will get their usual seats back. Everyone will have access to those blue seats in the box section, and we will be able to fill up and not socially distance any of those areas. So we look forward to getting back to our typical promotions and returning to just a sense of normalcy here at the ballpark. I know MLB is loosening some of those restrictions, but we thank the governor of Pennsylvania for loosening those restrictions for us. Earlier this night, we had a happy hour and pregame concert with Kurt Monderbach of Back to Like from Ron Procopio Custom Guitars. Tomorrow, Saturday, the game begins 6:05, so don't forget, a little bit earlier than we've been meeting in the past. 6:45 game starts, so 20 minutes earlier than we are meeting today. There's going to be the mascot pregame concert. The mascot band is actually celebrating their 20th anniversary this season. So if you've ever seen them out at the ballpark, that's a pretty special, one-of-a-kind experience. You've got, Quack the Duck, you've got Change Up, you've got all of these great mascots, and they are celebrating their 20th anniversary. You don't want to miss out on seeing Blooper the Hound Dog up in there too. And I believe we also have Bucky the Beaver and Screwball on drums. So a bunch of different instruments in that musical group played by mascots actually. And they've also performed at the Vet and at Citizens Bank Park. And what's cool is that they were the final rock band to perform at the Vet and the first one to do so at CBP. So there's a lot of history in that mascot band. We thank BB&T Bank for sponsoring them all these years. They perform on the T-Mobile stage in the Vis Bank Plaza before the game tomorrow, so you don't want to miss out on that. And there is another happy hour thanks to Myers Creek Brewing Company and Womelsdorf Beverages. Let's go over some of the team leaders tonight. Tonight's Fan Zone team leaders are brought to you by North Point Bank. Joanna Arias. Here are the leaders in each of the categories. In batting average, leading is Matt Vierling, 429 so far on the season. He is leading the team, and he has been on base quite a lot so far this season. And we have two pitchers with their ERA at 0. Tyler Carr and Ethan Ivanko, both ERAs at 0. We did see Austin Ross have a stellar night last night, though. 4 Ks in a row, struck out the side. Has been pretty impressive for the Fightin' Phils in his second return of the season. We saw him on opening night, but really has changed up his stuff yesterday. Those are tonight's Fan Zone team leaders, brought to you by North Point Bank at Joanna Arias. Looking to buy or refinance a home? Look no further than Joanna Arias. Joanna Arias at North Point Bank strives to bring value to customers by offering client-focused financial products and services. Contact Joanna today at 484-554-9969 or at North Point Bank, conveniently located at 1105 Berkshire Boulevard, Suite 380 in Wyomissing. Thank you to our official Fan Zone team leaders partner, North Point Bank, Joanna Arias. And now we are getting ready here. Umpires are at the plate. They just finished the managers' meeting, and we are getting things set up here at First Energy Stadium. Clouds in the sky, but not a drop of rain as of yet. And things are getting ready to go. We're going to take a short break before the national anthem begins, and then we'll be all set for Fightin' Phils baseball here on the Our Phils Radio Network.
For over 2,000 students from diverse backgrounds across the Commonwealth. We pride ourselves on a dynamic partnership with our families, our experienced teaching staff, and their instructional use of a rich, research-based curriculum, and our innovative use of technology to meet the educational needs of our students. For more information on how PA Virtual Charter School can help your child, visit us today at pavcsk12.org. PA Virtual Charter School looks forward to seeing you at their 5 Reading Fightin' Phils fireworks shows in 2021. Go Fightin' Phils!
Looking for a place to have the ultimate family fun at the Fightin's game? Look no further than Geico Funland. Geico Funland features the most exciting games and entertainment at the ballpark, including speed pitch, mini putt golf, ring toss, and peach basket toss, mascot autograph booth, a bounce house, and the incredible giant inflatable slide. Bring your family to all the fun at their next Our Phils game at Geico Funland. And thanks to Pete Shaw, your local Geico insurance agent, located at 2733 Paper Mill Road, Suite X3 in Wyomissing. Thank you so much for joining us, fans, here at First Energy Stadium. We are excited to bring baseball to you in your homes tonight, whether you're at the ballpark listening to me or you're comfortably inside your home, probably a little bit warmer than some of us out here. We just finished the national anthem and the fireworks shot off from that train, BB&T train sign out in center field. So we are excited to go now as the Our Phils are wearing those Los Luchadores Day Reading uniforms, which is very, very exciting. Their first time wearing them. They were designed back in 2020, but obviously never got to take the fields. It's a part of the Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays here at First Energy Stadium. They've got caps, hats, and jerseys and other merchandise available in the team store. But throughout the night, we're going to have Hispanic and Latino food and music and other cultural elements throughout the ballpark. And this is a part of Minor League Baseball's Copa de la Diversión initiative, or Fun Cup. It's an ongoing event series throughout minor league baseball that embraces the culture and value of Hispanic and Latino communities. Luchador translates to fighter, and luchar means to fight. And the term luchador typically signified a masked wrestler. So if you've ever seen these jerseys or you have a chance to look them up online, it pays tribute to some of the most notable elements in Reading, which is the mask featuring the Reading's pagoda surrounded by 23 sun rays representing the Latin American countries and Puerto Rico. Down the bridge of the nose is Reading's Fire Tower. Home plate serves as the luchador's mouth, with First Energy Stadium's facade creating the upper lip. Below the chin, train tracks, symbolic of the historic Reading Railroad, and alongside are baseball scenes, a nod to baseball town's rich history. Mesquita on the mound, the first pitch to Riley Green. It's low, it's a ball. First pitch, 7:03 fans, 2 minutes early here at First Energy Stadium as the boys are ready to play. 2-0 the count from Mesquita. 56 degrees here at First Energy Stadium. 9 miles per hour wind left to right. Contact made by Green, but it's in foul territory. And a pitch comes in high. 3-1 now from Mesquita. He made it as far as high A, and that's where he was supposed to start this season, but he was called up just this morning. He got here. 2019, he played in Lakewood, 3.97 ERA in 95 innings, 92 strikeouts as Green walks there on 5 pitches. Runner on to start the top of the first inning. Did you know the city of Reading has the largest Hispanic population in the state of Pennsylvania by percentage of population? More than 64% of Reading City is made up of Hispanics or Latinos, 57,000 residents. And that's why we would like to pay tribute to that culture today as a part of the tribute night. Mesquita goes home to Kreidler. Staring down Green, though, he chooses to go home for a ball. Fightin' Phil's infield playing straight up today. Those luchador sleeves are yellow, black jersey with some red and white going on in there, white and black hat mix. And everyone's got their pants down, so no colored socks tonight. Oh, we got one in Gamboa. Gamboa's got the high socks going on, bright red to match the rest of the Fightin's uniform. 1-1 the count to Kreidler from Mesquita. He looks over to Green on first. Instead, he'll go home. Swing and a miss by Kreidler. Count now 1-2. Erie SeaWolves in those road gray pants, and they're the piñatas for tonight. They got the black top half jersey with a bunch of bright, vibrant colors on the bottom. I see yellow, pink, and blue there, and they've got black caps. Oh, bright blue caps, actually, with pink brims. So pretty colorful jerseys here by both teams tonight to celebrate all the culture and the tradition and the fun that Hispanic and Latino communities have brought to the sport of baseball. 1-2 the count as Kreidler fouls off another pitch. Green still on first after being walked. Mesquita goes over to first. Green not taking much of a lead here. And looks like Fightin' Phils are putting on a little shift as Guthrie slides over a little bit closer to second base. Here's the 1-2. It's high. A nice block by Duran as he stands up and grabs it real quick. We see an infield swap tonight. Brito on third, Guthrie on second. They usually play the opposite positions so far this season. And now the 2-2 from Mesquita as he steps onto the first base side of the rubber. Another swing and a miss as Mesquita records his first strikeout of the night to Kreidler. That will bring up Jacob Robson. Robson, 3 hits so far on the season, one of them being a home run. Pretty impressive past 3 games for Robson, as he has 3 RBIs to his name. Green on first after being walked to start off this top of the first inning. Mesquita looking over, he fires home. It's high at the letters. Wind shifting directions a little bit, coming in from center field now. The left-handed pitcher, Mesquita, has a perfect view of Green on first. Instead, he'll go home. It's high once again. Mesquita's got to work on his control here. He's a young pitcher with only low A experience, now getting the start here in opening week in Double-A. Titans have made now 3 changes to their roster. Erie has made none, as Gugloski was promoted to Triple-A today, and the Titans received Josh Steven, and they received Jordani Mesquita, and now their count is back at 28, which is a full squad here in the 2021 season. He'll go home. Contact made by Robson. It skirts past Guthrie at second. It'll trickle into right field, and all the way to third goes Green, as there's trouble once again for the Titans in the first inning. Beautifully placed ball there by Robson. Just shot it right between Guthrie and Miller, in between that shift that I was talking about, and just trickled right into right field, where Steven picked it up and fired it back in, but not before Green was already sliding into third. And that will bring up Drew Ward, the cleanup hitter tonight for Erie, batting .333 so far here in 3 games. Nice crowd here at First Energy Stadium for a tough weather day for the Fightin' Phils, but looks like things are going to hold out so far, not a drop of rain coming down. And here's the pitch by Mesquita. He gets a swing and a miss out of Ward, as the Titans have a huge shift going on with Gamboa all the way to the right side of second base. And the pitch comes in, count now 0-2, as Ward falls behind to Mesquita. Time called by the batter as he steps out of that lefty batter's box. Runners on the corner for Erie, with Green on third and Robson on first. Top of the first here, 1 out. No runs have scored so far. The pitch comes in the dirt. Nice block there by Duran, keeping it in front of him. No one can go anywhere. The Copa jerseys and experience is a lot of fun. I know there's quite a number of teams that are participating this season. I'm pretty sure back in 2019 there was quite a few as well that were supposed to start in 2020, so hopefully those teams were able to start this season, as 403 Copa games took place back in 2019. Hopefully we'll see a lot of those this season. As the 1-2 count comes to the plate, it's high. It's some chin music for Drew Ward as he lands on his back. Mesquita not only pushing him out of the box, but pushing him down to the ground. 2 on, 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Fightin' Phils looking to induce a double play. Get out of this inning without any damage. They have struggled these past 3 games, and they're looking for the first win of the 2021 season. A lot of bright spots in the losses, though. 2-2 comes in the dirt. It's a full count now. Solid pitching by Ethan Ivanko, Austin Ross, Tyler Carr, and Archimedes Gamboa. 6 walks over 3 games, the league leader, and 3 solo shots from the Titans, Gamboa, Guthrie, and Miller. So there were some bright spots. There were some good pitches. Just everyone getting back into the swing of things might take a little bit, and I think a perfect example of that was Austin Ross. Was in some tough situations on opening night. Last night, we showcased him, and manager Sean Williams really liked what he saw out of Ross. As going is Robson down to second. Is the throw safe call by Velez, the third base umpire? A nice throw on the money by Duran, but a swinging strike out for Drew Ward, even though Robson able to steal and make it over to second base safely. The hit and run did not happen. 2 away now, but runners in scoring position for Erie as Kerry Carpenter comes up to bat. Carpenter has the highest average, or tied for the highest average on Erie's team, batting .500 now, along with John Rosoff, but he has 6 at-bats, 3 hits, and 2 RBIs for the SeaWolves. Pitch comes in right at the top of the strike zone, 83-mile-an-hour changeup. Runners on second and third in the form of Robson and Green. 2 outs, no score yet. And here's the pitch to Kerry Carpenter. Heater down into left center field. Going back is Vierling over the shoulder. He makes the grab to retire the side. And the Fightins get out of a jam. A great catch by the star outfielder Matt Vierling in left center field, and nothing across after a hit and a walk from Erie. We're going to take a short break and be back with the bottom of the first inning.
Expect that radar to fill in a bit though with some showers, some of this nature as we roll to the afternoon, continue plenty of clouds.
The 69 News Berks Edition weeknight.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightins birthday. The Fightins Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightins home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightins fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Customers Bank is a proud continued partner of the United Way of Berks County and the Ready, Set, Read initiative. Ready, Set, Read programs focus on improving literacy skills for children from birth through 3rd grade. The Fundamentals of Reading are a community-wide initiative that bring together schools, businesses, organizations, and individuals throughout our area to improve early grade reading success. Customers Bank and the United Way of Berks County are committed to reading success and urge you and your business to support this worthwhile initiative. For more information on Ready, Set, Read and how you can become involved, please visit readysetreadberks.org. And thank you, Customers Bank, for your continued support. And we are back here at First Energy Stadium. Fightins fighting their way out of a jam in the top of the first inning after an early walk and a single put 2 runners in scoring position, but a well-caught ball by Matt Vierling in left center field over his shoulder, and Erie goes down without a run. Great start for the Fightin' Phils as they get Erie to leave 2 on base, and now it's time for the bats, as Archimedes Gamboa is leading things off here for the Fightin' Phils. Gamboa, as we mentioned, 6 walks so far, batting .250 with 2 hits as well, and 1 home run that came on the first pitch of opening night. Now he sends one deep to left center field, going back at the wall. Carpenter not able to make the catch. He throws it back in. A stand-up double for Archimedes Gamboa, and he is on fire. There's nothing more that you could ask for from your leadoff hitter except to get on base every time, and that is what Gamboa has done. There has only been now 5 times he hasn't gotten on base yet this season, and that is out of quite a number of at-bats, so pretty impressive for Gamboa, and we'll see if he can continue on this hot streak as Guthrie goes for the bunt. Gamboa on second now. Huge shift going on by the SeaWolves as the second baseman Valente pretty much behind the bag, leaving a huge gap between first and second. He lays down the bunt, goes back to the pitcher. Making the play is Ladwig. He can't make it. He fumbles the ball in the middle of the infield, and on base goes Guthrie. Runners on the corner here for the Fightins, and they are ready to rock and roll. We'll see how that ends up being scored by our official scorekeeper. He will radio in and let us know how that's going to be ruled. Tough play to make by the pitcher, you know. Pitchers are athletes, but tough to come off the mound there with that slope and make the play, get your momentum to shift so quickly. So runners on the corners now here for the Fightin' Phils, none away. Bottom of the first inning, the score is 0-0 for Daniel Brito to head into the batter's box. He's already got 1 RBI this season. This would be a perfect time to tack on more for the Fightins. They've struggled with leaving runners in scoring position and runners on base as he fouls one back into the left field line. And we are ready to rock it here at First Energy Stadium. The fans are loud and proud. Here we go. Daniel Brito is ready at the left-handed batter's box, taking a huge lead off first. He'll send one into short center. Coming home is Gamboa easily as a single off the bat of Brito right into shallow center field. Gets the job done. He gets an RBI to his name, and the Fightins get on top here in the bottom of the first inning. The score is now 1-0. Guthrie shifts to second there. First and second now with no outs. A.J. Ladwig, his first outing since 2018. He had Tommy John back in 2019, and obviously last year they didn't play, so it's been a while since he's seen any live game action. A while, more than most of these guys, which has been a while. So we'll see how he fares here. He's getting shaken up a little bit. Matt Vierling at the plate. The first pitch comes in at the knees for a strike. Nice lead being taken by Guthrie on second and Brito on first. The shift once again as Valente behind second. Sean Williams ready in the coach's box to wave home Guthrie. And pitch on the inside, count 1-1. In his debut on Tuesday night, Vierling went 3 for 4 with a double and an RBI. He's been the most consistent bat in the R-Phils lineup, and that is why he's in that cleanup spot tonight. Looking back is Ladwig. He'll choose to go home. Here's the 1-1. It's in the dirt. Nice hold up by Vierling. And the count moves to 2-1. Fightin' Phil's bullpen is already up off the bench. They are watching, ready for this. Fightins have to capitalize on this moment here as they struggle with runners in scoring position. Vierling stepping into that back part of the righty batter's box and pitch once again low. Count 3-2. Now there is an open base for Ladwig. That would shift over and bases would be loading if he were to put Vierling on here. Fightins hoping to make something happen. They already scored one off the bat of Brito just a while ago. Erie was shut down in the top of the first inning. And here's the 3-1. It's on the inside corner. No call by Jimenez. And Vierling jogging down to second base. Bases are loaded here in the bottom of the first inning. In time for Josh Stephen to make his debut here at America's Classic Ballpark in Reading. Fans know him from 2019. He had the highest batting average back then, 271. And he's yet to record a hit in Lehigh Valley so far. So looking for his first hit as we take a quick mound visit. Centeno out to visit Ladwig here, calm him down a little bit. Tough to get bases loaded in your first star back. Back in 2019, he also had a career-high home runs, 12, RBIs, 47, runs, 48, doubles, 29, and triples, 26. So he is a big bat returning to the R-Phils lineup, and hopefully he can make it work here. First pitch, low. It's a ball 1-0. Fightins, get loud. This is the chance for the R-Phils to get ahead early. The score is already 1-0 off the bat of Brito, but now Guthrie on third, Brito on second, Vierling on first. The pitch to Steven comes in at the knees. It's a strike, 1-1 the count. Our Phil's looking to make something happen here. Got to capitalize on this opportunity. Ladwig looking over at third. Now he goes home. A foul ball off the bat of Josh Steven. That foul ball is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Insurance Fraud Prevention Authority. That's a mouthful. Only weasels commit insurance fraud. Visit don'tbeaweasel.com today. Don't be a weasel, everyone. That's the motto. And don't commit insurance fraud. Back to the game. Here's the pitch from Josh Steven. He makes contact. Going back is Rosa in center field, camping under it at the warning track. He makes the catch, and coming home is Guthrie. A sacrifice fly in the book, as it looks like Brito is coming home. A bad throw from the center fielder, Green. And it trickles in between the legs of Valente over at second, and nobody goes for it. It kind of ends up on the pitcher's mound, just trickling there, and Ladwig just kind of left it. I guess they didn't think much of it, didn't think that Brito would capitalize on that opportunity. We'll see how that is scored. But wow, Fightin' Phils. You know, I was going to mention this a little bit later, but earlier during the infield-outfield that they did get in, they were practicing a lot of base running. I think manager Sean Williams, the bat goes flying. If you heard me gasp, it goes flying out of the hands of Duran, but the Fightin' Phils have all of those safety nets up, and so it just bounced off the safety net. No harm. It's a little bit tough when the air is so dewy like this and things are wet. They got to get that pine tar on the bat to make sure that it doesn't slip out of their hands like that. But the Fightin' Phils do have that netting up for that exact reason, as we've seen too many times in Major League games where accidents happen like that are extremely traumatizing for both the players and the fans. And the fans are going wild here. As going is Steven. He's sealing second. The tag. Is it in time? No, it's not in time. The throw right on the money from Centeno, but the tag was late. And now Steven puts himself in scoring position on second. Stolen base. That was recorded by Josh Steven. He gets the second of the Fightin' Phil season in his first day here. Tatum got the first yesterday, and now Josh Stevens records the second. Here is the pitch to Duran, and just bouncing foul. Count 1-2 now. And earlier, that bunt from Guthrie was recorded a single. So no error on the pitcher, but one error on Riley Green from that throw after the sacrifice fly. The pitch to Duran comes on the inside corner. A strike call as Jimenez rings up Duran for the first out here in the bottom of the first. 3-0 the score. Your Reading Fightin' Phils are finally on top. 3 hits they've recorded, and everyone has gotten on base so far. Well, Vierling was out on that sacrifice fly, and now the strikeout from Duran. 2 outs here as Madison Stokes heading up into the batter's box. Sean Williams crouching down, waiting for Steven to be able to round third. Running on contact here with 2 outs. Everyone is going. Gamboa starting things off this inning with a double. The bunt single by Guthrie pushed everyone over. Brito with a single by himself to make the bases loaded, and he scored Gamboa, actually, and then a beautifully placed sacrifice fly by Vierling scored Guthrie. And like to point out that Vierling did that sacrifice fly last night. Same thing, he placed it in right field to help Guthrie score, but the tag was in time last night. But not tonight, as the pitch comes into Stokes. He gets the check call. No go, says Jasinski over on first base. 2-1 count here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Our Phils lead 3-0, or I should say the Los Luchadores de Reading lead 3-0 over the Erie Piñatas. Here's the pitch. Contact made, but it's fouled off into the netting on the first base side. And Stokes hit safely back in Clearwater the first month of the 2019 season, 18 of 22 games. So nice hitting streak for Madison Stokes back in 2019. Pitch comes in outside. He checks his swing again. He did not go around a ball, and the count moves to full. Josh Stevens on second here, a full count to Stokes with 2 away. Fightins have already scored 3, looking to add on to that tonight. In the first inning, take advantage of A.J. Ladwig's first return. The pitch, a swing and a miss by Stokes, and he'll go down on strikes as the Fightin' Phils are retired, but not before 3 hits, score 3 runs with 1 Erie error, and they leave 1 on base. We head into the top of the second. Your Fightin' Phils lead 3-0.
Gear up for the Fightin' Phils. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phils team store at First Energy Stadium, or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at ourphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phils hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selection of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dog gear, plus throwback black R-Trains R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or ourphils.com/shop.
The Reading Fightin' Phils, in conjunction with Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with the EXP Realty Group throughout the 2021 season. Visit their convenient website at brgpa.com. The custom search bar makes house hunting online easier than ever, and their talented team of agents is here to answer all your questions. Call them today at 610-926-8610. EXP Realty Group is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils at all 7 Savage 61 Fiesta Friday games during the 2021 season. EXP Realty Group, where every move matters.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs.
Energy Stadium, I'm Emily Messina, and on the air with me we have a special guest, Lauren Henderson, the Director of Development at Humane Pennsylvania. How you doing tonight, Lauren?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for coming on tonight. We're pleased to have you here, and we're so happy to have Humane Pennsylvania as a sponsor of our Fiesta Friday nights.
Thank you. We're excited to be here.
Yeah, it's a big night at the ballpark. We're happy to present these Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms. I think they look really great out there. I'm impressed with the jerseys that the Fightin' Phils graphic designer designed.
Yeah, they look really nice this year.
They're a lot of fun, and Erie brought theirs too, so that's pretty special tonight as Mesquita comes back on the mound for the Fightin' Phils. And Juan Centeno up at the plate. First pitches comes in, a ball and a strike to Centeno. So you guys also sponsor our Bark in the Park nights. I have yet to experience one of those, so how are they?
Those are really fun. Folks really enjoy bringing their dogs out to a ball game. We really enjoy sponsoring it. It's exciting for us. We get to see a lot of like our alumni dogs that come back.
Oh my gosh.
With their owners. So that's really exciting for us to just see that and to be able to give away some tickets to the community and to our adopters. So that's awesome too for us.
Wow. So is the park like filled with dogs?
It is pretty filled, yeah. So it's really exciting to just see them interacting. Some of them get dressed up for it.
Oh my gosh.
gosh, stop. That sounds so fun.
Yeah, it is really exciting. But yeah, we love being the Bark in the Park sponsor. We've done it for a few years now, so we're excited to be here and to kind of get into another realm of helping out here at the stadium and sponsoring another thing with these Fiesta Fridays.
Yeah, these both are great promotions as Centeno fouls another one into the stands. The fans are excited about that. But I am super excited. I think these Fiesta Fridays are going really well. Our first one of the season, and we have quite a few more every Friday throughout the summer. You can come out and enjoy the Fightin' Phils playing as Los Luchadores, along with some Hispanic and Latino culture mixed in as Centeno sends one to right field. But Steven is there, can accord, he makes the catch to retire for the first out here in the top of the second. 3-0 the score. Fightin' Phils took the lead back in the bottom of the first, and coming up now is Dylan Rosa. So the Bark in the Park night, do the dogs get their own seats, or they sit next to the owner? What's the policy there?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. I guess it depends on if the dog actually enjoys like sitting up on a seat, but they definitely have their own ticket.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do they react to baseballs everywhere?
Well, I guess that depends on the dog. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
some
some
dogs
of them
are really
really
into
excited.
it.
Yeah.
And then other dogs probably it's really their first time in like an atmosphere quite like this.
Yeah.
So it definitely depends on the dog.
That sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. The Fightin' Phils have their own groundskeeper dog, Penny, which I'm sure a lot of you have met. So it's a very dog-friendly ballpark, and we are really excited to have that promotion up and running this year. It's one of our favorites to bring out, and I know that gets a lot of the fans really engaged because, especially with the pandemic, everyone's so used to spending a lot of time with their dogs. Now they don't have to leave their dog at home.
Right. Yeah. This is a great opportunity to bring your dog with you.
And lots of good food, I'm sure. You can have a hot dog. You get your dog a hot dog.
Exactly.
They deserve those Berks County hot dogs too, everyone. As Rosa gets struck out looking. Jimenez rings him up. A pitch on the outside corner. 84-mile-an-hour changeup. And Mezquita looks great out of low A to his double-A debut. Pretty strong start against Erie, who has been putting up a ton of runs. Cole Peterson now heads to the plate. So you've also been doing a lot of pet food giveaways as well, as Peterson sends one flying into right field, chasing it down as Steven runs out of room in foul territory. Tell me about the thousands of pounds of food you guys have been able to give away over the pandemic.
So our Spike's Pet Pantry program's actually been around for a really long time, but then last year, obviously, we saw a huge increase in the people that needed our help. So the program was built on folks who need help with human food, probably also need help with pet food. So we were trying to fill that gap there. So if you needed help with pet food, you came to us on a monthly basis, and we were able to provide dry dog and cat food. Last year, we saw over a 300% increase,
wow.
And throughout the pandemic have given away over 400,000 pounds of food, of pet food, to those in need in Berks County, Lancaster County, really all throughout Pennsylvania, and beyond that. So yeah, it's been a crazy year, but it's really exciting that we've had that opportunity, that we had the food to even give away. So we have to obviously thank the folks of Berks County and the surrounding area that helped us acquire all of that food, who donated money, and made that even possible.
Peterson drives one up, pops it up, and Brito making the catch just beyond third base to retire the side. We can go through this commercial break. We'll keep chatting about the Spike's Pet Pantry. So are there any fans can still access these pet pantries, or are they still going on?
Yes, so it's always available for folks Tuesdays and Thursdays, specifically at our Community Resource Center, which is in Berks County on Schuylkill Ave. So folks can still access that at any time that they would need it.
Okay, and I know that you've had some of these at the ballpark, and I've just seen hundreds of cars going through all morning long. So I know it's a really successful event and great for the community, and I know you guys are helping Berks County be one of the best places for not only people to have a great home, but for pets to have a great home as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Our motto is that we are building the best community anywhere to be an animal or animal caretaker, and we will do whatever we need to make that happen.
So I know some of you are listening here in the ballpark. You guys have a table downstairs, is that correct?
Yes, we've got a table set up tonight, and tonight we are celebrating dog moms and cat moms.
Oh my gosh, wait, is it National Dog Mom Day? Is that
well,
tomorrow?
it's in honor of Mother's Day.
Mother's Day,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So we're
Okay.
giving some excitement for the dog moms and cat moms
wait,
of the
that's
world.
so cute.
We've got some stickers down there and some raffles that you have a chance to win. So yeah, feel free to stop by our table. We'll be there for a little bit, and then we'll give away some baskets tonight.
That's great. So that's all happening in the ballpark if you're listening here with me, and that will be happening. You guys will have a table at your other nights on Fiesta Fridays as well?
Yes, yep, we'll be here all those nights for the remainder of the season.
So if you miss Humane Pennsylvania tonight, you can always come back on one of our Fiesta Fridays happening at every Friday home game. Well, thank you so much to Humane Pennsylvania for being a sponsor of our Fiesta Friday nights and be our Bark in the Park sponsor. How can people reach, what's the best way to reach you if they need Humane Pennsylvania?
Our website's the best way to get a hold of us. It's humanepa.org. It's full of information. And if anyone has any questions, they can certainly stop by our table tonight, or our website has tons of great stuff on it.
All right, thank you so much, Lauren. That was Lauren Henderson, the Director of Development at Humane Pennsylvania. Don't forget to check out their table and visit their website, humanepennsylvania.org. And now we're back with some more Fightin' Phil's baseball. Big thanks to Humane Pennsylvania for all they do for the community. A nice 1-2-3 inning there by Mesquita, and that will bring up Nick Matera for the Fightin' Phils. Matera played one game in Lehigh Valley back in 2019. He went 1 for 4 then. He had a fantastic night last night. He was the designated hitter, sent a ton of balls into left field, but just the wind had stopped blowing and just wasn't able to get anything done as Ladwig throws that ball away, requests a new ball. And Fightin' Phil send one to him. Matera in the right-handed batter's box. He fouls one back into the backstop behind home plate, and the count is 1-2. Big gap up the middle with the way the infielders are playing, shifted over right and left, so Matera could put one up the middle to tack on to the Fightin' Phil's lead. They scored 3 in the bottom of the first, and the score is 3-0 over Erie. Big swing and a miss there by Matera, and he will go down swinging as it's time for Luke Miller. Ladwig really regaining control. He had 3 strikeouts in a row now, 2 to end the bottom of the first, and now Matera to start the second. Lots of energy here at the park tonight. And luckily, no rain here right now as it's turning into a beautiful night here in Reading. Cloudy, but 56 degrees. And fans are bundled, but they look like they're having a good time out there. Count now 0-1 to Luke Miller. Miller on a 3-game hit streak so far. 3 for 3 as he sends one into left field. Will it drop? No. Carpenter is there. A line drive to Carpenter out in left field. And quickly, Ladwig puts 2 away. We are thankful to EPA WA Weather Consulting. They source for public and private forecasts in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Northern and Eastern Maryland. And they provided our forecast for the day, so we knew when to pull the tarp and when we were able to take it off and get this game in. As we are back to the top of the Fightin's order with Gamboa. He'll take a first pitch strike. He had a double and scored back in the top of the first. Pitch comes in just outside. It's a ball. Gamboa looking to make something happen here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss, and count now 1-2 as Gamboa falls behind quickly. Guthrie in the on-deck circle, trying to stay warm over there as the temperature drops and the wind picks up here as the sun is setting in baseball town. Here's the 1-2 from Ladwig. It's inside for a ball. Fightin' Phil's a successful first inning, 3 runs on 3 hits, capitalizing on an Erie error as Gamboa sends one up the first base line, but it dribbles foul. And Nerluis Martinez, he's one of the assistant coaches here and first base coach as well. He makes the snag and tosses it into the stands. So fan will get a souvenir here tonight as Ladwig sets up on the mound. Front facing now, he sideways kicks, fires, and Gamboa sends one into shallow center field, but Green makes the play this time to record the third out. So 3 up, 3 down go the Fightins as we head into the top of the third. The score is 3-0 Reading.
They win a $20 gift certificate to Sweet Ride. Now let's meet our teams. On the first base side, it's Team Hot Fudge Sunday.
Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to a ball game every Sunday home game at First Energy Stadium. Sundays are Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Classic Harley Davidson. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $50 when purchased in advance. Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long here at First Energy Stadium. The Fightins feature special post-game concerts throughout the entire season with more live music than anywhere else in Berks County. Each post-game concert features $1 off St. Boniface Brewing and live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's post-game concerts thanks to St. Boniface Brewing. From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. And we're back here at First Energy Stadium as we enter the top of the third inning. Reading leads 3-0. A quick second inning as both teams went down 1-2-3 with a pair of strikeouts and some fly balls. Not much action happening in the second as Valente, the number 9 hitter for Erie, steps into the batter's box. And let's get a pitch count on Mesquita now. 40 pitches, 23 strikes in the third as Valente sets one into left field. It'll drop. It's cut off by Vierling. A stand-up double to lead off the third by Valente. And that will bring up back to the top of the order with Riley Green. Green got on base in the first. He walked down there. Ladwood finished 2 innings with 36 pitches. Mesquita at 41 now. One batter into the third. Not sure how far he'll go into this, but so far nobody warming up in the Fightin' Phil's bullpen as Green kind of fouls one on a throwaway swing. And the count now 0-1. Taking a lead off second is Valente. And Riley Green up at the plate. He sends one the opposite way, but it's in foul territory. Mesquita, a lefty pitcher facing Green, a lefty batter right now. Great matchup here as the wind is blowing from left to right now. Flag in center field is flying pretty good out there. And here's the 0-2 to Green. It's low for a ball. Boy Scout troop out in the stands tonight helping with our clean team. They're getting a badge to help us out here at the ballpark. and we appreciate their service here tonight at the ball game. Lots of fans in the stands tonight celebrating the Los Luchadores de Reading Copa night. Here's the pitch. It's high. Great stand-up block by Duran. Duran's been very impressive behind the plate. We were talking the other day about how he's got that one leg out kick when there's no one on base, but now with a runner in scoring position, he'll use the typical squat behind the plate just for some more range of motion quicker. But still trying to make sure he blocks everything. Don't want a ball to get past him and allow Green to take an extra base as Mesquita calls time and steps off the mound. Now he'll look back at Valente on second. Instead, he'll go home. The 2-2 swing and a miss as he gets Green to chase one. Green went golfing that one, and he just came up short as another strikeout on the night for Mesquita. That's 5 so far on the night, I believe. 4 or 5. So pretty impressive for Mesquita here in his Double-A debut, skipping high A altogether. And that brings up Ryan Kreidler. He struck out in his first at-bat. Runner on second in the form of Valente. One out here in the top of the third. Fightin' Phils lead 3-0, scoring all 3 of those runs in the bottom of the first. 2 hits for the Piñatas, 3 hits for the Luchadors tonight. Kicks and fires, swing and a miss, and looks like they've caught Green in a rundown. They'll go 4, 5, and they'll get him out. So beautiful throw by Duran to catch Valente out in the act. And he threw it down to Guthrie on second. Guthrie fired that right over to Brito, and beautiful tag there by Brito just to swipe in front of the bag as Green was getting there. And all of a sudden, damage undone here for Mesquita as he gets out of a jam. 2 away quickly, and it looks like Kreidler making contact, going to left field. It's going to bounce off the wall. Well played by Stokes. And it's a sliding in double for Kreidler. And nice tag there by Guthrie at second, but just not in time as he slid in safely. I think Stokes made that call out in left field pretty well. He knew he wasn't going to be able to get in the wall in time, so instead of letting it bounce around, he waited to get the bounce off the wall and played it pretty well as he made a close tag at second now. So Kreidler on second after the double, and that would have scored Valente before, but Valente was picked off and caught stealing just earlier. So unfortunately for Erie, they are not able to capitalize on that lead-off double, and instead 2 outs now with a runner on for Robson. And Kreidler's still taking a pretty big lead out on second after what happened with Valente. You think he'd be more careful as they're down 3-0 here in the third. Getting the signs from Duran is Mesquita. Now he's looking back at Kreidler, setting up on the first base side of the rubber glove at the waist. He kicks, fires, throws right down the middle, 81-mile-an-hour changeup. Beautiful pitch from Mesquita. And evening the count at 1-1. Infield for the Fightin' Phils deep on that outfield grass edge. Kreidler taking a lead over on second. Here's the pitch from Mesquita, the 1-1. It's high. Nice pop-up by Duran. Score 3-0 here in the top of the third. The Luchadores leading the Piñatas 3-0. Both teams had 3 hits, but an error on the side of Erie was costly as both teams have made quite a number of errors so far this season. And Mesquita with the pitch. A line drive off the bat of Robson, and he puts it into right field as the throw comes home, not in time. Kreidler is able to score as Robson placed that one perfectly.
the first baseman, number 21, Drew Ward.
That'll bring up Drew Ward. So now the score 3-1 here in the top of the third inning. As Robson able to score Kreider on a single up the first baseline. Brad Bergeson coming out to talk to Mosqueda. The young guy just arrived here earlier this morning from New Jersey. So tough change for Mosqueda before he even was able to, get things underway out in Jersey Shore now, the former Lakewood, which is currently the High A affiliate. And Bergeson heading back to the dugout after the entire infield came in for a meeting at the mound. And I've always wondered how the outfielders must be doing out there. They must feel kind of out of the loop. They all just, sometimes if it's like a pitching change, they'll come together and chat, but they're just all standing out there by themselves. As looks like Bergie must have said something about the shift here for Ward, as Gamboa to the right side of second base. Here's the pitch from Mosqueda. He gets it high for a ball, count 1-0. Robson over on second here in the top of the third. 3-1 the score. Fightin' Phil's on top. And Mosqueda setting up on that first base side of the rubber. Here's the 1-0. It's low in the dirt. Duran picks it up, and he's looking at Robson over on second. You've got Gamboa standing just a couple feet, maybe 5 or so feet to the right of second base. Huge gap between second and third, but Gamboa could be there for another pickoff attempt if Duran decides to go for that. Pitch outside, count now 3-0 as Mosqueda falls behind. And he got out of a little bit of trouble in the first, so we'll see if he could do the same here in the third. Only 1 run has scored so far, so not too much damage done. Mosqueda getting the sign from catcher Duran. Looking back, here's the pitch from Duran. It's in the dirt, and he will walk Drew Ward. So there will be 2 runners on here with 2 outs. So just got to get things done here as Drew Ward jogs to first base. Mosqueda not able to get the job done. ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt. And on May 9th at 1 p.m., you can meet Peppa and George Pig and take photos with them. Join the ROG Orthodontic Kids Club today. Now, I am very excited to get a photo with Peppa and George Pig. I don't know about you guys. But if you're coming out to a ballpark, I know that is a fan favorite for your kids. Seen that show a couple times. It's very entertaining. We got little cousins, so they like that one. First pitch strike to Kerry Carpenter. 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the third inning. High fastball, 90 miles per hour. We've seen Mosqueda graze 90 a couple times, but hasn't really gone much higher than that. The count now 1-1. The shift is still on for the Fightin' Phil. Gamboa this time about 5 feet to the third base side of second. And here is the 1-1 from Mosqueda. A chopper up to second base. Guthrie makes the grab. He'll go the easy way over to second where Gamboa was just a foot away. And Gamboa stepping on the bag. You can record that 4-6 in your scorebook as once again Mosqueda gets out without too much damage done. That's 2 hits here on 1 run with no errors, and they leave 2 on base here in the top of the third. The score is 3-1 Fightins. We're going to get ready for some offense here on the R. Phil's Radio Network. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable quality hauling, disposal, and recycling service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul.
Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Hispanic and Latino culture during 7 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61's Fiesta Fridays, presented by Alex Patanzas of eXp Realty, Humane Pennsylvania, Supportive Concepts for Families, Children's Home of Reading, and Mao Beer. Fiesta Fridays features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural events throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL or visiting us at the Weidenhammer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
Let's get ready, Fightin' Phils, for some offense here at First Energy Stadium. 3-1 the score. The Fightins are in the lead. We are now in the bottom of the third inning, and leading things off for Reading is going to be Dalton Guthrie. Guthrie had a beautiful bunt that he laid down in a perfect position right to the left of the pitcher's mound, and Ladwig was just unable to come up with it. So he reached there and was able to score later on that inning. So we'll see if he can continue on that for the Fightins as he sends one high into the sky. The lighting always a problem here. Green coming over, and it looks like Robson will make the catch in left center field to retire Guthrie for the first out here in the bottom of the third inning. Brito on the plate now. He singled in his first at bat, and then he scored back on that error, that throwing error by Green. Really heads up base running. I don't know if anybody is like a fan of sports, so you might have seen that Gleyber Torres did that the other day for the Yankees, where he had some really heads up base running with the shift being on. So really impressive to see that in person here with Daniel Brito. Now the pitch from Ladwig comes in low, the count 2-0. Shift on once again for Erie. Third baseman playing in real shallow as count now 2-1. Brito has 3 hits on the season now. 2 RBIs, so 2 RBIs on record. He'll send one to second base. Pick it up is Valent, and a nice toss to first. 2 away now in the bottom of the third inning. And since his jam in the top of the first, Ladwig has retired 7 batters straight, 7 fighting straight. He's retired 3 strikeouts, 3 fly balls, 1 line drive, 2 fly balls, and a ground out. And that'll bring up Vierling, who had a nice placed sacrifice fly in center. And he'll step into the back of the righty batter's box, take a first pitch strike, and sends a heater fair up the first base line. Everyone kind of paused as they waited for Velez to make the call, but not Vierling, who was on his way down the first base batter's box. He took off. And folks, I am telling you, they were practicing base running in infield, outfield, and now we are seeing 2 instances in which that made a difference in this ball game. So thumbs up there to Sean Williams for recognizing an important aspect that the Fightins needed to working on it, and then seeing those players really make the changes. And that will bring up Josh Steven. Steven in that lefty batter's box, adds another lefty to the Fighton's lineup. And he'll send it into shallow center field. And it drops right in front of Green. And he will score. Vierling. So wonderful play there by Josh Stevens. Just placed it in the perfect spot. And Fighton's are up 4-1 now. Duran at the plate. He struck out swinging back in the bottom of the first. And after 7 consecutive outs, Ladwig gives up 2 consecutive hits. So if anyone is superstitious, as soon as I said he had 7 consecutive outs, he gave up a hit. So you're welcome. Steven on first, taking a sizable lead. They go for the pickoff attempt. The throw by Centeno, not in time, as Steven has to slide back in, and just in time. That pitch to Duran ended up being called a ball in the dirt. Excuse me, a strike. So now the count is 0-2 as the umpire gets the scoreboard operator. And it looks like Duran will be called out on strikes. Another strikeout for Ladwig. That's 4 on the game so far. We are going to take a short break here at First Energy Stadium. Stick with us for the 4th inning. The score is 4-1 Reading.
This is Bobby from Phoenixville, and he's going to be taking on Luchadors player Madison Stokes in a battle of quick thinking. All right, Bobby, here's the deal. In a moment, I'm going to give you a category. You're going to have 15 seconds to name as many things in that category. Back to a future Orphils game, all right? You ready? All right, 15 seconds on the clock. Your category is countries. Name.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices, from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
We're back here at First Energy Stadium, where Fighton's tacked another one on the board. An RBI single by Josh Stevens scored Vierling, who reached on a double of his own. And Fighton's now leading 4-1 here in the top of the 4th inning. And fans, you know what time it is. The top of the 4th is Cornwall Manor's 4th inning. They are an active senior living, not-for-profit community in scenic Cornwall, Pennsylvania, outside of Lebanon. Charming and unique community nestled on a 190-acre wooden campus with many walking trails, including the Lebanon County Rail Trail. And first pitch coming in to Juan Centeno. He fouls it back into the stands, and the fans go wild for a souvenir. Fightin' Phil's infield playing straight up, and he fouls that one back into the batter's box. Fightin' Phil's pitching change as the end of the day for Mesquita kind of figured with his 62 pitches. 3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. So a solid start for the low A reliever coming to high A, not even getting an opportunity there and being promoted immediately to Double A with the advancement of Goglowski this morning to make the start in Lehigh Valley. So pretty impressive start there for the youngster. And they keep him to 62 pitches as they're doing for the guys so far this season, just easing them back into things, and that includes some of the younger guys. So Andrew Brown now in relief as he gets Centeno to pop one up high in the sky. Coming in Guthrie, calling him off Gamboa. It's Gamboa at short. Great coverage there by all Fightin' Phil's infielder. Gamboa calling them off, and put that in your scorebooks as a P6, pop-up 6. And now Dylan Rosa, who struck out in the first inning. Andrew Brown now on the mound, 23 years old, 13-round draft pick back in 2016. And the first pitch to Dylan Rosa, a ball, it's outside. In his first start here back on opening night, Andrew Brown went 2 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, and 1 strikeout. Chopper up to Gamboa once again. He'll toss it over the diamond, and 2 away quickly here in the top of the 4th inning. Andrew Brown getting his stuff together. He showcased really good repertoire back in the first game. Just had a little bit of command placement, things he was still working through, but seems to have put it together, which is exactly what we saw yesterday from Ross, who came in 4 straight strikeouts, retired the side, and really lowered his ERA as Peterson putting the bunt down, fielded by Brown. It is not in time. Great throw, right on the money, just tough there to change momentum, and a safe call by Jasinski over at first. So they'll record that a bunt single, I'm sure, and that will bring up the number 9 hitter, Valente. Big lead from Peterson over at first. We've seen 2 great bunts in this game as a swing and the miss there. We'll go for the pickoff attempt. Duran to Miller, not in time. But the Fightins are out here ready to rock and roll tonight. They look like an energized team tonight as they go for the pickoff attempt the 2nd time tonight. But Peterson able to getting back. They've got that shift on again, so Guthrie right by second base. If they need to pick him off, you can tell that Peterson is ready to go. I mean, he's shuffling off 5 or 6 steps, almost a third of the way to second base. And the count now 1-1 to Valente, who reached on a double, but he was the one that was picked off back in the 3rd inning. Comes in the dirt. Nice block there by Duran to make the count 2-1. 4-1 the score in favor of the Luchadores over the Piñatas. 2 away here in the top of the 4th inning. Looking back, Andrew Brown over at first. Miller covering first. Chopper off the bat once again to Gamboa. It'll bounce through. He knocks it down but unable to come up with it. as reaching is Valente and sliding over is Peterson. Gamboa had made the 2 plays before that. That's going to be recorded as a error on Gamboa, his first of the season, that allows Valente to reach and Peterson to shift over. We'll see if Andrew Brown can get out of this little bit of a jam as we head back into the top of the Erie lineup. Riley Green heading up. He was on a walk back in the first, struck out in the third, but he's been pretty effective for the SeaWolves / Pinatas tonight. Pitch on the inside corner, a strike. Cornwall Manor is taking reservation for their newest neighborhood homes in the Pines, which features 30 new single-style homes with 2-car garages and great rooms. And a garage in Reading, Pennsylvania is pretty exciting. I would love a garage. Pitch comes in at the knees. It is a strike, merely because of all the snow we had this winter. I mean, I had to shovel my car out probably 6 or so times. And it was, you know, more than just a couple inches or so, as you know, if you're from around here. Quite a bit of snow this summer, but we are well past that into spring, and we are in May. So the weather has been really nice as of late. The 0-2, it's fouled off into the stands. People are ducking. Come on, people, you got to catch that as they fight over it now. Must be a little bit of a rain going on. I do see umbrellas opening up, so must be a slight drizzle. It's tough to tell from this angle, but I do see umbrellas open in the stands. So I'm going to go with the rain as Brown hits the elbow. Oh, he was just able to get out of the way as Green leans by that, but that was about as close as you can get to without hitting Green there. And the count moves to 1-2. 2 runners on here in the top of the 4th inning. 4-1 the score in favor of Reading. Looking back, Andrew Brown, instead he'll go home. A big whiff from Riley Green as Brown retires the Pinatas, and nothing across here in the top of the 4th. The score will remain 4-1 after the Erie Pinatas leave 2 on base. Join us shortly for the bottom of the 4th.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon. Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on all the great work that ROG Orthodontics provides. ROG Orthodontics and the Reading Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners. 4th inning here in Reading, Pennsylvania. We're back for the bottom of the 4th. Fightins leading 4-1 and leading things off Madison Stokes. He struck out back in the 1st inning, but looking to make something happen here. The Fightins looking to tack on some more runs, some security runs, as
The rain is really starting to come down here at First Energy Stadium. I couldn't see it before except for the umbrellas, but if you look into those big lights up there, the stadium lights, you can see it coming down as count transitions to 2-1. Swing and a miss there as that pitch brought Stokes to his knees. And a chopper off the bat of Stokes, but it's right to Kreidler at short, picks it up, throws it across the diamond, and one away here tonight. And we see that looks like maybe Julian Garcia. I'm not sure who that is down there playing bat boy tonight. We do have the players as the bat boys tonight. Unfortunately, our normal bat boys, because of COVID policies, are not allowed to be down there. But shout out to one of our fantastic bat boys, Luke Bialek, who is, great at, handling all the needs of the guys. And we can't wait till we can have those regular bat boys back at the ballpark. Thank you so much for always being great to the Fightin' Phils as Matera fouls one high and far into the stands. And fans, it's really coming down now. But the Fightins are still in this one. We got to get through 5 for it to count, and we are in the bottom of the 4th inning. As rain was on the forecast earlier in the night, but it got pushed back, and so hopefully it will pass quickly now as the count is 1-1 to Matera. That one comes in right down the middle, but just low for a ball. So the policy is that before the game, it's the home team that decides whether we should go ahead and play due to how much rain there is. It's that they are the ones that make the call. The GM there with the groundskeeper as Matera fouls another one back into the stands. They're the ones that are in charge of that. And then once the first pitch is thrown, then it's all in the hands of the umpire. They are the ones making the call. Obviously, they take feedback from the managers and the grounds crew about what is the situation. They check the radar, all of that good stuff. But ultimately, the call comes at the hands of the umpire as another foul off the bat of Matera. Still looking for his first hit in 2021. And long at bat here for Matera. The count remains 2-2. Swing and a miss, and he'll strike out with some high heat. A 95-mile-an-hour fastball off the hands of Ladwig, who is still in this game tonight. Ladwig, 57 pitches. And Luke Miller, who lined out to left earlier, he's got some power on him. I mean, you could tell in the first game by that home run that he's got some power on his bat. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 4-1 the score. Both teams have 4 hits, but Reading is on top thus far here in Game 4 at America's Classic Ballpark. And Luke Miller takes the first pitch strike. And here's the 0-1. He swings one deep, going back at the track, at the wall. Is it going to go over? A home run for Luke Miller. Bite the ear off the chocolate bunny. He's rounding third and coming home. A home run for Luke Miller. His second solo shot of the season puts the R-Phils on top 5-1. And that home run call was courtesy of our general manager, Scott Hunsinger, and our manager, Sean Williams. 5-1 the score for the Reading Fightin' Phils as the crowd goes wild. A home run off the bat of Luke Miller.
And now Peterson takes a couple steps in at third base for Archimedes Gamboa back to the top of the lineup. And the pitch from Ladwig, the 0-1, just inside. A nice framing by Centeno behind the plate, but just doesn't get the call from Jimenez. And now there's someone warming up in the SeaWolves bullpen. As the count moves to 2-1 to Gamboa. Batting .300 currently with 1 home run and 1 RBI. He's scored 5 runs so far this season. Here's the 2-1. It's on the outside corner, a called strike by Jimenez. And the 2-2 now as Ladwig kicks, fires, swung on by Gamboa to deep left field, going back. Carpenter, he's at the warning track and makes the catch to retire Gamboa, but not before Miller sends a solo shot to deep left field to tack one on for the Fightins. 5-1 as we head into the 5th inning.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
We're back here Fightin' Phils after the most exciting ball game for the Fightins here in 2021. They lead 5-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. And a solo shot off the bat of Luke Miller. Really, really impressive to deep left field. That's the second time he's taken kind of a line drive deep.
Now batting for the Pinatas, the shortstop number 10, Ryan Kreitler.
And that will bring up Kreidler to start off. You missed the on-field veggie race, and I actually did not catch who won that, unfortunately. So have to check in with my promo people to see who won that veggie race. Kreidler takes a ball in the dirt and moves the count to 1-1. Brown came in the last half inning, and he was pretty impressive shutting down the Pinatas. A tough error for Gamboa at short allowed run to score, almost a run to score, but Brown had shut them down, so no damage done in the 4th, and Fightin' Phil's able to add one in the bottom half as the count moves to 2-2 on Kreidler. Our Phil's infield playing straight up. Here's the pitch by Brown. Chopper off the bat, and it is foul up the third baseline, and the SeaWolves bullpen will go and fetch it. Here's the kick and fire in the dirt. And Duran loses sight of it, but no harm, no one on base here. Full count now to Ryan Kreidler. He had a nice double back in the third and scored, but 1 for 2 on the night. He's currently batting .287 as he gets the strike 3 call from Jimenez. And a nice second strikeout, 2 in a row now from Andrew Brown.
The right fielder, number 3, Jacob Robson.
And that will bring up the number 3 spot, Robson. He's been on base twice today, 2 for 2, batting .385 on the season, 4 RBIs. He's been clutch for Erie, and that is why he's moved up in the lineup tonight. He was down in the bottom 3. Now he's batting third. He sends one to shallow center field, not moving an inch, is Vierling sticking his glove up and making the catch. And that will be too quickly for Andrew Brown here in the top of the 4th inning. Drew Ward heads up into that lefty batter's box. 1 for 2 tonight. And the first pitch from Brown, called strike by Jimenez. He has a really consistent strike zone today, calling everything at the knees a strike. And as long as the umpire stays consistent with his calls, batters are able to settle in really well. As that one just a little bit low, 1-1. Fightin scored 3 in the first and 1 in the third and 1 in the fourth for a total of 5 runs on 6 hits. Erie scores 1 in the third on 5 hits as the ball bounces over home plate for making the count 2-1, and that's tough to keep track of it as the rain is coming down here at First Energy Stadium. They keep asking for other balls to dry them off. You know, tough to slip out of Brown's fingers, but doing a pretty good job of keeping control here and trying to just get the Fightins out of this one. And that's another problem. You see Andrew Brown on the mound right now, kicking his cleats on the rubber as he induces a swing and a miss there to Drew Ward. And the count now 2-2. He really went fishing for that one, but he's kicking his cleats on the rubber, trying to get that hard mud off the bottom so he can get that push he really needs for velocity. A chopper up the middle, bounces over the head of Brown, picked up by Guthrie, on to first. 3 up, 3 down for Andrew Brown, and the Fightins remain 5-1 heading into the bottom of the 5th. Let's get to it.
For the world famous One Gun Express, brought to you by Pepsi Gate Personnel.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Humane Pennsylvania throughout the 2021 season. Humane Pennsylvania is the region's premier leader in animal welfare and empowers the people in our communities to increase their capacity to care for animals so that all animals are safe, healthy, and treated humanely. Humane Pennsylvania is proud to be a Fiesta Friday and Bark in the Park sponsor. Learn more about Humane Pennsylvania and how you can help build the best community anywhere to be an animal by visiting humanepa.org.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
Into the bottom of the fifth we go. The Fightin' Phils on top now. 5-1 as Dalton Guthrie stepping into that righty batter's box, and they just took a rag down to home plate. It's getting a little bit slippery out there. I see a lot of the pitchers and fielders trying to get off their cleats as Guthrie lays down a bunt, but it bounces foul. It was a beautiful one. I mean, that really stopped in the grass right in front of the plate. That would have been a perfect bunt if it didn't bounce foul. Bounce on the plate, I believe. So the count now 0-1. Andrew Brown, a beautiful 1-2-3 half back in the top of the fifth. And the 0-1 now from Ladwig, still in the game. 65 pitches here as it comes on the knees for a strike. Fans still here, braving the weather. They've got the energy for this exciting ball game here at First Energy Stadium. Fightin's 5 runs on 6 hits. Erie 1 run on 5 hits. Foul ball up the left field line. And here is the pitch, and Guthrie swings through it. After a solid bunt attempt and a foul, Guthrie strikes out swinging, and that'll bring up Daniel Brito. Brito 1 for 2 on the day, batting .231. Usually playing second. Today he's at third. And the first pitch comes in low for a ball. Erie infield playing pretty straight up here against Reading. If anything, the shortstop Kreindler shifted a little bit over to second. Pretty big gap in the outfield between center and right. Brito in that lefty batter's box. Here's the 1-0 inside, but gets the call from Jimenez, and the count is now 1-1. One away here in the bottom of the fifth inning. 5-1 the score in favor of Reading. And he gets the strike call from Jimenez, so the count is now 1-2 as Fightin' Phils look to tack on some more runs here and just build up their lead over Erie after dropping the first 3 contests. They're looking for their first win in 2021. Ball is low. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident, if you have been injured at work, if you're a victim of nursing home neglect, call Swartz Culleton, 1-800-JUSTICE today. Don't forget. And he checks his swing. Call goes to Velez at third. Yes, he went around, and 2 strikeouts straight now for Ladwig. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts for Ladwig on the night, and he turned out a rocky start into really great long haul. And that will bring up Matt Vierling. Great walk-up song, Dancing in the Moonlight, perfect for today. And still raining here, checking in at First Energy Stadium. Fouled it back into the netting behind home plate. Let's check our local weather here. Cold, I'll tell you that, it's cold. I'm pretty lucky I got the best seat in the house, in the press box, so I am half indoors. We got the windows open for a better view and sound. 52 degrees here with the wind and the rain blowing. Called strike to Vierling, 0-2 now. He walked in the first and doubled in the third, so he's been on base. He's been on base. OBP 467 as he'll take a ball low. Count now 1-2. 5-1 the score. Luchadores on top of the Piñatas. And if you go to Swartz Culleton, you can expect reliable and experienced attorneys who are committed to getting you justice after a personal injury. Vierling drives one up to third base. On it is Peterson charging, throws to first, but Vierling hustling it out, and he's safe at first. The call by Jasinski. And once again, fans, I come back to the practicing that Reading was doing earlier this afternoon with the base running. And it looks like the day will be done for A.J. Ladwig. So there's going to be a pitching change. It's going to be a call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen. While they take the ball away from Ladwig, we are going to see who they are bringing in. At the end of the day for Ladwig, 77 pitches total, a lot we've seen from a starter. We're going to take a short break during this pitching change. Stick with us. (5-1) the score back here in Reading, Pennsylvania. The Arphils on top heading into, we're still in the fifth inning. We had a pitching change. Out comes A.J. Ladwig. In comes number 55, Cale Kosho. First appearance so far. 28 years old from Edmonton. No, Edmond, Oklahoma. Not Canada. He's from Oklahoma. He was acquired as a free agent this year. So first debut for the Tigers now. And still up to bat now, Josh Stephen as Vierling. Beautiful single all the way to third base. And he just hustled down the line, was able to get there on time. He was Kosho was drafted by the Yankees back in 2013, the 13th round, and he made it all the way to AAA in both 18 and 19, but just never got that big league debut. So starting out in AA here for the Tigers, 28 years old, 6'5", 270. He's got a lot of velocity, a lot of power behind him, and Fighting Phil's looking to break through here with this relief. Josh Stephen at the plate. He's 1 for 1. and Vierling taking a lead over on first base. Steven in the lefty batter's box. It's in the dirt. Can Centeno find it? Yes, he finds it in time. And Vierling not able to go anywhere. Kosho setting up on the mound. Check his stats back in 2019, excuse me. Pitched for the AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre, 5.28 ERA in 15 and a third inning with 22 strikeouts. Vierling going, and Centeno can't come up with the ball. Vierling safe on second during Stevens at bat, and that is the second stolen base of the game. And Vierling's second stolen base. Won the score here in Reading. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. We're still going through it after a pitching change from Erie. Josh Steven at the plate, 3-0 count. It comes in outside corner, and he'll make his way down to first on a walk. And that will bring up Duran, who has struck out twice in today's contest. The prospect looking for his first hit of the night. And now Sean Williams back in that spot to wave Vierling home here as Duran is at the plate. Runners running on contact here. 2 on, 2 out. And the pitch comes in the dirt, and Centeno just having a really hard time coming up with the ball. I don't know if it's because of the rain, things are slippery, but he just keeps getting them lost in the dirt. And that has allowed the R-Phil's runner to advance as the trainer coming out for Kosho. And he's just getting something from the trainer. I'm not sure. The rosin bag is already out there. Now he's getting on his knees. Looks like, oh, he's trying to get some dirt off of his cleats. So they're scraping his cleats. That was the same problem we saw back with Andrew Brown. And Kosho just needs to get his grip on the mound better. Now looks like everything is settled and we're ready to start again. The count 1-0 to Duran. 2 runners on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth inning. And here's the pitch from Kosho. It's high, it's a ball, and the count moves to 2-0. And we saw a 4-pitch walk to Josh Stevens, so Kosho needs to get back in that strike zone. Big shift here by Erie. Valente behind second, so huge gap if Duran can put it the opposite way. Here's the 2-0 and gets the strike call on the corner from Jimenez behind the plate. Vierling on second after singling and stealing, and Steven on first after walking. 5-1 the score here in the bottom of the fifth inning. 2 on, 1 out, and he fouls it back into the stands. Will a fan get a souvenir? Nope, it will hit the roof. And the umpire now getting some more balls from the Fightin' Phil's bullpen. Got to keep them dry as the Fightins take a lead. Duran's batting average slipped to 100 today after 2 strikeouts, but he also has scored twice so far in the past 3 games. Kosho looking back at Vierling on second, kicks, fires as Duran swings in the dirt. It's a drop, third strike. 2-3 as Centeno tosses it to first, and that is the end of the bottom of the fifth inning. Our Phils can't come up with anything after they leave 2 on base, but they still lead 5-1 as we head into the 6th inning. Ground crew going to do their drag, and then we'll be back.
The Reading
The yellow seats.
The Reading Fightin' Phil partner without the 2020 Mal Beer at Estrella Slavo in the stadium has 100 amazing years. Foundy in Spear has always been the most demanding Mal beer at Andreas Stadium throughout the 20 and at your local Mal partner and all 2021 Fiesta Friday celebration games. Mal beer, the 5-star taste and the quintessential beer from Madrid. Please drink responsibly.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly, professional staff members are available to answer your questions and listen to your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership at Pottsville Pike today. Fastball, curveball, slider, it's the pitcher's grips that make the difference. And when it comes to cornering, braking, and traction, CJ's Tires and Automotives can improve your car's grip with a new set of Hankook tires. Hankook tires are known for great handling and reliability mile after mile. Together, Hankook Tires and CJ's are your winning team. So whatever your vehicle needs, an oil change, state inspection, brakes, alignments, or Hankook tires, trust CJ's Tires and Automotives in Fairless Hills. CJ Tires and Automotives. They really are better, faster, and more affordable.
Fightin' Phils fans, into the top of the 6th we go. Rain coming down here still at First Energy Stadium. A little bit hard for me to tell how much it's coming down here in the press box, but people do have umbrellas up. Grounds crew was out dusting off the plate and the mound, trying to put some top coating on there to keep it dry so that it doesn't get caught in the pitcher's cleats. He's still able to push off of the rubber. Fightin's threatened there again in the bottom of the 5th, but just unable to plate another runner. But 5-1 the score here. Luchadores on top of the Erie Piñatas. And looks like there will... Andrew Brown still coming back out on... Still coming back on the mound for the Fightin' Phils. And Brown is ready to rock and roll after a 1-2-3 top of the 5th inning. He had 2 strikeouts in a row back-to-back from the 4th to the 5th. And looking for some action here as the cleats are being rubbed off. And everyone's back to positions for Kerry Carpenter, 0 for 2 on the day. 2 pop-ups, or one fly ball, 1 grounder, excuse me. First pitch coming in just outside, doesn't get the call from Jimenez behind the plate. Erie has one of its most productive first 3 games since 2005 as a swing and a miss induced by Carpenter. They have scored 31 runs over 3 games. I believe 32 is the record since 2005. They had 2 grand slams in 1 game on night number 2 as Carpenter sends one down the first base line. Fair called by Jasinski, tracking it down. Steven, he gets it on the bounce. A stand-up double for Kerry Carpenter to start off this 6th inning. And... well, I guess now they have 32 because they scored today. So 32 runs, tying the record since 2005. And they've also had 7 home runs in 3 games. They are 20-7 versus the R-Phils thus recently, with their pitchers keeping an ERA of 2.52. Fightin' Phils have had a tough time with the offense in the past 2 games, but today striking it out on the mound and heating up at the plate. 5-1 the score here in the top of the 6th inning. They put up a 3 spot in the bottom of the 1st, added 1 in the 4th and the 5th for 5 on 7 hits. Erie 1 in the 3rd for 1 on 6 hits. Both teams have made an error. Some warming up going on in the Reading bullpen, but mainly they are just watching Andrew Brown work his magic. 1 in the dirt, blocked by Duran. Good block there as we saw Centeno was having some struggles. And Bryson Stott, one of the Phillies' top prospects, hit his first home run last night. Pretty impressive for the young star. We might get to see him in Reading in the second half of the season. Not sure. We'll see how he progresses. And Centeno takes one low, 3-0 from Andrew Brown. That will be his first walk if he puts on. Centeno here leans down, getting the signs from Duran. Now he's setting up on the first base side of the rubber, and the righty kicks, fires, swung on by Centeno, deep to left field, going back. Stokes at the track, at the wall, and it's a home run, says Velez over at third base as Centeno rounds second, third, and comes home. A 2-run shot. Make that 8 home runs off of Erie. And the Piñatas putting themselves back in this ball game. It's now 5-3 as a 2-run shot off the bat of Centeno scores 2 here in the top of the 6th inning. Tough for pitchers with their grip here in the rain, so they're going to have to make some adjustments now as it looks like the bullpen is starting to warm up. Can't see who it is from this far away. I don't have 20/20 vision and I don't have binoculars, so a little tough for me. Official scorekeeper might give us a little help. We'll see. But Dylan Rosa up at the plate now. I know that for sure. He's 0-2. And looks like Brown trying to get the dirt off his cleats there. First pitch fouled off on kind of a check swing by Rosa. Almost went into the Fightins' dugout there. Checking in on the Philadelphia Phillies here. They are in the 4th inning, and the score is 7-1. So pretty productive the Phillies have been so far in these past few games. Didi Gregorius has been on fire for the Phillies, and lots of other offense. Odubel Herrera hitting a 3-run home run. Gene Segura in his first game back had a hit. Alec Boehm, another hit. So lots of offensive action. The Phillies have been hot as of late after sweeping the Brewers that past series. And lots of long balls, too, from the Phillies. And they are over 500 now. 1-2 the count to Dylan Rosa, a 2-run home run off the bat of Centeno. Just brought this game a little bit closer. Pitch comes in outside. Nice stand-up block by Duran. Things are heating up here in Reading as the Fightins look for their first win of the season. Thank you all so much for joining me. I appreciate you having you on the airwaves. If you didn't want to come out to the ballpark tonight or you live too far away, I thank you for joining us in the CJ's Tire and Automotive half inning as nice contact is made by Rosa, but the ball just gets by Brito at third. It just slips under his glove, and the throw from Stokes out in left field to Guthrie on second is on the money. The tag by Guthrie in time as Rosa goes for that extra base, and the arm on Stokes. Beautiful throw. Get some. Don't run on Madison Stokes. Believe they will record that a single and out on the throw. And it looks like the day will be done for Andrew Brown, who is being taken out of the game by Sean Williams. So we're going to have a pitching change from the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen. We'll see who's coming out. Just a second. We're going to take a short pitching change.
First packing makes Sundays family fun days at the Orville. 4 seats, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for just $50. Every Sunday, all season long.
through my mind. Next time. Huh?
Out of the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen comes Jonathan Hennigan to replace Andrew Brown, who had a pretty stellar performance outside of that home run he gave up to Centeno. And Dylan Rosa reached on a fielding error by Daniel Brito over at third base, but then he was out at second on the throw from Stokes to Guthrie. So in your scorebooks, E5, and then you put 7-4. And that will bring up Cole Peterson. End of the day numbers on Brown: 2.1 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them are earned. Walks none, strikeouts 2, and total pitches was 46, 27 of them strikes. And now Jonathan Hennigan is up. He faces Cole Peterson. And the count now 3-1 to Peterson. Comes in at the waist, and it is a ball. So Peterson takes first, and Fight and Phil still trying to get out of this one with 2 outs here as they put the shift on for Valente, who was having a hot day. Reached twice, once a double, then picked off stealing, and he reached on an error by the shortstop Gamboa back in the 4th. Nice lead being taken off by Peterson over on first. Hennigan goes back to first, but not in time. And I think my favorite fact about Hennigan will probably always be the fact that he threw the final pitch back in 2020 spring training before they paused due to COVID. Phillies were that last game playing. They started later than everyone else. Hennigan was on the mound, and he got that final pitch. Last ball before things shut down. Then he went over to Australia to play some winter ball, where he was absolutely lights out. A chopper off the bat of Valente. It sneaks by the first baseman, and coming over was Guthrie, but then no one was covering as Hennigan couldn't get there in time. He went to second where Gamboa was covering, but Peterson already had slid in. So while it was a great defensive play there by Guthrie, no one was on the base at first for them to get Valente, because Miller had slid over to try to make the play. He was unable to. Guthrie was backing him up. Made the play, but no one to throw it to. So now there is 2 on with 1 out. For Jonathan Hennigan, who's in a pickle here. Ball comes in the dirt, blocked by Duran. 5-3 the score here at First Energy Stadium. Top of the 6th inning. Erie has already tacked on 2 more so far. 1 away here as Hennigan tries to get out of a jam. He's pitching to Riley Green. We're back at the top of the order. Green 0 for 2 on the day, a walk and 2 Ks. Peterson on second, Valente on first. One away here in the top of the sixth. 5-3 the score. And infield shifted a little bit with Gamboa shaded more towards second base. Hennigan gets the sign from Duran, kicks, fires down the middle, strike call by Jimenez. And as I was saying, he was fantastic out in Australia for the Adelaide Giants. He gave up no runs while he was down there. Left with a 0.00 ERA. Pretty impressive as that one comes off the bat. They're going for the double play. 4-6-3, and they get it. Henny gets him out of a jam, and the bullpen is fired up. Right off the bat to Guthrie, picks it up, throws to Gamboa, Gamboa to Miller. 4-6-3, double play. 5-3 the score as we head into the bottom of the sixth inning.
Attention fans, it's time for the Fleetwood Bank Slingshot Sing-Along.
Better pitching, faster base runners, and more runs batted in usually beats the competition. At CJ's Tire and Automotive, better selection, faster service, and more affordable options always beats the competition. When it comes to tires, CJ's MVP choice is a new set of Falcon tires. Falcon tires are known for handling, reliability, and value. And for more than 50 years, CJ's has been helping customers find the right tires at the right price. Together, Falcon Tires and CJ's are a winning team. Stop in any time at your local CJ's or shop online at cjtires.com. CJ Tires and Automotive. Better, faster, and more reliable.
We've been privileged at ROG Orthodontics to be part of the local community for over 60 years, creating generations of fantastic smiles.
We're honored to be voted the #1 orthodontist year after year and proud to be the top Invisalign provider in the region.
We passionately believe we're changing lives every day right here in the community where we live.
We offer interest-free, flexible payment plans
And provide monthly scholarship programs for free braces.
Be sure to check out our magnet contest to win free braces.
We love seeing our patients' successes, knowing we had a part in changing lives.
One fantastic smile at a time.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoy an R-Phil's game, great food, music, and entertainment. The team will play as Los Luchadores de Redding Latino Tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage 61 Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive needs.
Here we are in the bottom of the sixth inning where the Fightins still lead 5-3 over Erie after they tacked on 2 in the top of the sixth. First hit, Madison Stokes, first pitch up the third baseline, a diving Peterson just could not come up with it. It trickles down to left field, and Stokes, first hit of the night, first hit of the season, and runner on here in the bottom of the sixth inning, leading things off for the Fightin' Phils as they look to maintain and add on to their lead here in the sixth. Rain's still coming down at First Energy Stadium, but a little bit lighter than it was before. We have seen the guys having some trouble with their cleats, but the grounds crew sprinkled down some surface earlier, and luckily that seemed to has helped a little bit. Nick Matera up at the plate, takes a first pitch strike from Kale Kosho, who comes back for his second outing after being called in relief back to replace Ludwig. And he just got the final out back in the fifth. Pitch in the dirt, evening the count 1-1 as Stokes takes a slight lead off of first base. Final line on Ludwig, 4.2 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, and they let him go 77 pitches. Pretty deep for a starter early on this season. Kicks, fires, swing and a miss by Matera. A drop, third strike. Matera, that was the second strike, and it looks like Stokes able to go over to second. Nope, they said that was a foul ball, and he has to go back to first. And the umpires seem a little confused as Sean Williams coming out to have a chat with Jimenez, and Jasinski coming over. They seem to have it figured out. Foul ball we're going with. Foul ball. And Stokes heads back to first. Kosho cleaning off his cleats again, as is Matera at the plate. And we should be back in business here. The count now 1-2, no outs, bottom of the sixth, 5-3 Reading. Erie infield playing straight up the pitch. Contact by Reading. It's up the middle. Matera onto first. Coming around second is Stokes sliding into third. He's safe. And a single by Matera puts runners on the corner for Reading with no outs. And they are looking to add some more offense here in the sixth. Reading is not done yet. And that will bring up Luke Miller, who now has a 4-game hit streak after that solo bomb to left in the fourth. Luke Miller getting ready, stepping in that righty batter's box. He has 2 home runs on the season now, 2 RBIs, and as I said before, a hit in every game so far this season. Pretty impressive for Luke Miller, first appearance here in Reading. High fly ball on the first pitch. Going back is Green at the warning track. He makes the catch. Tagging up is Stokes, and crossing without any controversiality is Stokes. As a sacrifice fly off the bat of Miller scores Stokes to plate Reading's 6th run of the evening. Very exciting time here in Reading. I am going to have lots to write about tonight in my post-game recap. Make sure you check them out on ourphils.com. That'll bring us back to the top of the order with Archimedes Gamboa. Gamboa, 1 for 3 on the night. Double and 2 fly ball outs. He'll take a ball on the first pitch. Switch hitter in that lefty batter's box. And Matera over on first base. Matera taking a lead. It's high. 93 mile an hour from Kosho. Kosho now up to 16 pitches, 8 of them strikes. 9-10 the score here in Reading, Pennsylvania, and the wind is just about died down now. We see that center field flag slowly blowing in the breeze. Fan energy is pretty good here at First Energy Stadium, even in the rain and the cold. As a mound visit from the catcher Centeno, heading out to chat with Kosho. Thanks for coming out to First Energy Stadium tonight. Thanks for listening on the airwaves with me as Gamboa fouls one back. I'm Emily Messina. I appreciate your support here, and I thank you for listening to my coverage of our Phils baseball. Tonight has been an exciting one. The Phils lead 6-3 now after adding another one in the bottom of the 6th inning off the bat of Miller, a sacrifice fly to score Stokes. Looking back at Matera is Kosho. That righty pitcher has his back to first base. And now he's staring down. Here's the pitch. Just grazes the outside corner. A strike called to Gamboa. And a big, big thank you to Railroad House for sponsoring tonight's team feed. They are a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils and their team feed partner as Kosho slips off of the mound and Stokes takes second. It looked like Kosho kind of slipped off the mound and the ball blocked in the dirt by Centeno, but it almost went a little wild as Kosho now scraping the mud off of his cleats. An ongoing problem, but that's just a part of the game with the rain here, as we'll see how that is ruled for Stokes, but he is on second now with one out here, and Gamboa still at first. I'll let you know how they call it. It's a wild pitch by Kale Kosho. Let's put that down in your scorebooks. And Matera over on second. Excuse me, I think I said Stokes, but that is Matera. Stokes already scored. Here's the pitch by Kosho, and Gamboa's walking to first, so that is 7 walks now for Gamboa, who leads the league. The next closest person has 4, but we'll check those stats after tonight, as the pitching coach is going out. Could be the manager, hard to tell with the mask and the hoodie and the cap. But we do see someone warming up in Erie, so we'll check in on that. It doesn't look like he's taken the ball from him, so must just be with the pitching coach now. As Guthrie getting the signs from Sean Williams over at third base. It's getting loud here at First Energy Stadium. Fans are excited for some R-Phils baseball, and they are all right in front of me because everyone's sitting under this covered area. So all the fans of the ballpark are really close to me here in the booth. It's great. I love the natural crowd sound added to the broadcast. Makes you feel like you're right there with me. And I see my mixer going off here with the noise of the crowd for Dalton Guthrie here, as the R-Phils lead 6-3 with 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. 2 on, 1 out for Dalton Guthrie, who had a beautiful bunt in the first but has since flew out and struck out. Matera on second and Gamboa on first as the pitch gets by Centeno, but it looks like it hit the umpire, who is bending over and trying to catch his breath. And all the umpires are coming in. Trainer Chris Terrian coming out to make sure Jimenez is okay behind the plate. He seems a little bit off put. He takes off his mask. And we will let them recover as we thank Railroad House. Jimmy D's Railroad House Sports Bar and Restaurant in Sinking Spring is a friendly neighborhood sports bar and award-winning restaurant serving the Berks County area for years. Please join us to catch a game on our 26 high definition televisions or check us out at our delicious food and drink menu. Come relax or part of the Railroad House, conveniently located at 152 Woodrow Avenue in Sinking Spring. Jimmy G's Railroad House is a proud sponsor of the Filling Fightin' Phil's team feed. And so is Collegeville Italian Bakery. Thank you so much to Collegeville Italian Bakery for being a part of our team feed. They are more than just a bakery, they're a family. And you'll be treated like that and not like a customer if you visit Collegeville Italian Bakery, Pizzeria, and Napolitana. As the pitch comes in, 2-0 now to Dalton Guthrie. 2 runners on, nobody's out. Fightin' Phil's up 6-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch by Kosho. Guthrie drives one up the gap between short and third. Coming around third. Nope, he's going to be stopped by Sean Williams. Bases loaded now as a single from Dalton Guthrie pushes Gamboa to second and Matera to third. Bases loaded, 1 away here at First Energy Stadium. The Fightin' Phils are getting on the scoreboard. Kosho scraping off the mud off his cleats yet again, and up at the plate, Daniel Brito. He's 1 for 3 on the night, scored on an error earlier in the game. Batting .214, just over the Mendoza line here in game number 4. Bases loaded with Fightins here as they look to add to their lead in Reading. And the rain's still coming down. But lots of fans still in the crowd as the pitch comes in right at the letters. 93 fastball. Kosho setting up. Here's the pitch. Swung on by Brito. It goes over the first baseman's head. Ward trickles into the outfield. Scoring is Matera. Scoring is Miller. And the Fightin' Phils add 2 more on the board here in the bottom of the 6th. And Ward just could not come up with it over at first base. It was right over his head. He nabbed a piece of it, and it was deflected, but it was going into the outfield no matter what. Beautiful piece of golf there, and it looks like now the day will be done for Kosho as he'll have to hand the ball over to the manager. We are going to take a short break here at First Energy Stadium, and then we will be back in a moment once we turn to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen. Kosho coming out, and we see someone walking out to the mound, so we're going to take a short break, and then I will tell you who it is.
The Auto Ride of Reading Power Alley Pub features a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet, private bar with a bartender, 2 rows of seats, bar stool seating, and 4 cafe tables. The pub provides your party a private area to enjoy the ballgame away from other fans. Auto Ride of Reading Power Alley Pub may accommodate up to 30 people. Enjoy socializing with your group and watch the game from a unique vantage point. Visit rphils.com for more information.
When the Red and Fightin' Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Wyomissing's Family Restaurant Bakery, PJ Willahan's Pub and Restaurant, Collegeville Italian Bakery Pizzeria Napolitana, Jimmy G's Railroad House, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria, and Klingers on Carsonia for making sure the Fightin' Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners, but don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today. Gear up for the Fightin' Phils season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phils team store at First Energy Stadium, or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phils hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selection of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dog gear, plus throwback black R-Trans R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
And we're back here in the bottom of the 6th inning for a pitching change. Out goes Kale Kosho. His line is not closed yet because he's responsible for some of the runners on the bases, but I will get you that line once it closes. In comes Ethan DeCaster. We saw him earlier on opening night, I believe, 18th round draft pick back in 2018, a product of Duke University. He's 26 years old, and in 2019 he saw time in 3 teams, including Erie. So he's gotten a little bit of experience in AA. Back on opening night, he pitched 1 inning and gave up absolutely nothing, a pure clean slate. So we'll see if he is effective in relief tonight as runners on the corners for the Fightins in the bottom of the 6th. The score is 8-3 now after the Fightins have tacked on 3 more runs in this half inning. And Matt Vierling, who has been as productive as possible tonight, going 2 for 2 and moving his average to 267. He crossed home back in the 3rd. And on the corner, Daniel Brito over at first and Guthrie at 3rd. And that one looks like it's going foul up the right field line. Running out of room is Robson. Yes. Guthrie over on 3rd. Brito over at first. And Matt Vierling at the plate. Vierling also notched 2 stolen bases, number 2 and 3 on the season for the Fightin' Phils. The first one belonged to McCarthy Tatum last night. Here's the sidearm pitch from DeCaster. It's in the dirt, and the count now 2-2. Checking in at the scores in Lehigh Valley, 8-3 they are losing to Rochester, and I believe that Gogloski was supposed to get the start, and he did. 1 inning pitch, he only went 2 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned. Tough time there for Gogloski. They needed a starter there. He was supposed to start here tonight. He got the call up, and don't know if he's going to stick around up there. Don't know if he's going to come back. Unsure. The Phillies will let us know sometime soon. As DeCaster keeping tabs on Guthrie over at third. He throws it back over there. Brito taking a nice lead off of first. Vierling at the plate. Full count from DeCaster to Vierling. Ready, sets up. Glove at the waist. Kicks, fires, sidearm inside. Bases loaded once again for the Fightin' Phils as Vierling walks his way down to first and shifting Daniel Brito over to second. And that brings up Josh Stephen, his first day in the lineup here in Reading. Notched his first hit of the 2021 season back in the third. Sacrifice fly back in the first. Scored a run. And he walked in the fifth. So productive day for Josh Stephen in his return to Baseball Town. And he steps into that lefty batter's box. The wind has completely died down here in Reading. Very surprising. The sidearm from DeCaster is in the dirt. Nice block by Centeno as Guthrie taking a solid lead over on third. He's ready to go on anything. And fans, it has been like raining-ish for quite a while here at the ballpark. So I'm sure those guys are like uncomfortably damp. And you could tell that their cleats are really getting stuck with the mud, especially the pitchers and the batters. They put that turfus down there between the half inning, but it's just coming down here as DeCaster's pitch comes in outside 2 and 8-3 the score here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Reading is on top. Guthrie on third, Brito on second, and on first Matt Vierling as Sean Williams in his typical crouching position over in the third base coach's box, ready to wave his runners home. Here's the pitch. Grazes the outside corner, a strike called by Jimenez. 3 runs have scored here in the 6th inning for the Fightins. They also scored 3 runs in the first, so they've had 2 pretty big innings and 2 other innings with runs. As now DeCaster getting the signs from Centeno behind the plate. Kicks, fires, gets the outside corner again. Same exact pitch. Goes from 84 to 85, right on that outside corner edge. And just getting Josh Stevens looking. Makes the count 2-2 now. Bases loaded, 8-3 in the bottom of the 6th, 1 away. Here's the full count pitch to Steven. It's called strike at the knees, and he knew it right away as he turns around and walks back to the dugout. Now we reach Duran, the 9th hitter so far in this bottom of the 6th inning. He's 0 for 3 on the night with 3 Ks. And now Rodolfo Duran, the top prospect, is looking to get the job done here in Reading. He has 2 RBIs so far, and that came in last night's game. Nope, Wednesday night's game, I believe. And pitch comes in, outside corner to Duran, 78-mile-an-hour changeup. 8-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 3 on, 2 out. And Rodolfo Duran at the plate. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Huge whiff there by Duran. 0-2 as DeCaster pulls ahead. DeCaster came in to replace Cale Kosho earlier in this half inning trying to get Erie Pinatas out of a jam. Bases loaded. 0-2 pitch to Duran outside. Nice block there by Centeno. Had to slide all the way over. And Rodolfo Duran setting back in the front part of the right-handed batter's box. Runners taking a lead on first, second, third. Here's the pitch. Grazes the corner at the knees. A strike 3 called by Jimenez. Gets out Duran the same way Josh Stevens go down, but not before the R-Phils score 3 runs off of 4 hits here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 8-3 the score as we head into the 7th. We're going to take a short break. Stick around here on the R-Phils Radio Network. To the top of the 7th we go here in Baseball Town. The grounds crew out on the field for their drag, adding some turfus on the mound at first, at third, just trying to do their best to clean it up here for the pitchers. And we are back here in the top of the 7th. 8-3 the score. Reading as they added some more runs back at the bottom of the 6th, and they left the bases loaded with 2 strikeouts as Josh Stevens and Rodolfo Duran got caught looking. But Fighton's up 8-3 now as we head into the top of the 7th inning. And leading things off is going to be Jonathan Hennigan versus Ryan Kreidler here, the number 2 hitter in the order for the Pinatas. We can close the line on Kosho now. 2/3 of an innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, and 26 pitches. As the grounds crew finishes up with their turfus, and we are ready to go here in the top of the 7th. As Ryan Kreidler steps into the batter's box. And we are set to go. Here's the pitch from Hennigan. Foul ball into the backstop, 0-1. Pinatas score 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the top of the 6th for 3 runs on 8 hits. Luchadors score 3 runs in the 1st, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 3 in the 6th. 8 hits on 11 runs. As Kreidler pops it up real high. Coming in is every infielder, and no one makes the catch as a diving Miller does not come up with it with the wind and the light. Very difficult to see, and it looks like there's going to be some sort of conference here. Nope. He's on second. Kreidler gets on second there as Luke Miller just unable to come up with the ball. I don't know if it was the rain, the lights, the grass being wet maybe. All 4 infielders went for that. Hennigan kind of got out of the way. Not really his role. That's an infielder's role. And everyone was going for it. Miller looked to have it, and that's recorded as a double pop-up, which, it was on the run. It was tough. I don't think it wasn't an error and not going to be called one by the official scorer. So runner on second here in the top of the 7th. No outs, but 8-3 the score in favor of the Fightin' Phils. Big thanks to Collegeville Italian Bakery for sponsoring our team feed. If you're looking for fresh baked red rolls, tomato pies, cakes, pastries, and imported meats, cheeses, and olives, you can visit them on 3846 Ridge Pike in Collegeville, Pennsylvania. Hennigan facing Robson. The count now 2-0 with a runner on second after an infield double. Hennigan cannot get the sign from Duran, and now Robson is going to call time. Hennigan and Duran agree on a pitch. Looking back at Kreidler. He'll go home with the 2-0. Check swing, called strike by Jimenez. He went around, and now the count is 2-1. We'd like to thank the official team physicians of the Reading Fightin' Phils, our good friends at Commonwealth Orthopedics Associates, and Doctors John Martin and Paul Marr for taking great care of the team. For the same great care that the Fightin' Phils receive, visit Commonwealth Orthopedic Associates website today at coaortho.com. That's coaortho.com. As Robson fouls one off, Hennigan didn't know where it went. He tried to recover for it, slipped a little bit, but it was foul. No harm, no foul. As kind of a meeting at the mound all of a sudden between the third baseman Brito, Hennigan, and the catcher Duran. I don't know if they're brushing off some dirt at the mound. Tough going here with all of this rain. Trying to keep their mud off the cleats here as Duran gets back behind the plate. No outs here. 2-2 to count to Robson with Kreidler on second. Big shift by the Fightins here as Gamboa shaded to the right of second base. And Robson now back in that lefty batter's box. Here's the pitch inside. Nice framing there by Duran, but just not able to get the call from Jimenez. 8-3 the score here in Reading. We are in the top of the 7th inning. Hopefully we'll get to stretch in a minute. 9:35 on the clock here. Been here for 2 hours and 32 minutes, I believe. And we're in the top of the 7th. So here we go. The 3-2 pitch from Hennigan. Popped it up. Foul into the 67 club. Don't forget, we've got a couple more games this homestand. Tomorrow and Sunday. Tomorrow begins at 6:45 with the Mascot Band pregame concert and happy hour. And then Sunday with the Mother's Day backpack giveaway, and the game begins at 2:15 p.m. Gonna be a beautiful afternoon to celebrate moms everywhere. And another full count pitch from Hennigan coming at ya to Jacob Robson. Puts it into center field. Going back, Vierling. Coming over, Steven. Vierling, is he tagging? Yes, he's tagging. The throw from Vierling off the mark to Brito. And coming in safely is Kreidler to third. But one away here now for Drew Ward.
First baseman number 21, Drew Ward.
Drew Ward stepping into that lefty batter's box as the wind is starting to pick up once again here in Reading. We see that center field flag blowing just so slightly from left to right. Runner on third here for Hennigan. One away in the top of the 7th. Pitch in the dirt. Nice block by Duran. Slid over. That shift still on for Reading. Huge gap between second and third. Gamboa really shaded to the right of second, if I could give you a good visual of how it looks. And now the 1-0 from Hennigan. Kicks, fires, strike called. Right at the knees there. 90-mile-an-hour fastball for Hennigan. Hennigan was really excited to be back here in Baseball Town. One of his favorite places to play thus far on his journey, he said. And he loves the history of the ballpark. As the pitch comes in low. I saw a bunch of the players going around the concourse earlier today with Sean Williams. If you've been in our ballpark, the concourse has a history of the evolution of baseball in Reading. So it starts back when they were with the Indians and the Red Sox and transitions to now when they're with the Philadelphia Phillies, and just all of the history in the 71 years that this ballpark has been around and their 55 years of affiliation with Philadelphia, from great players like Roger Maris, Cooter Jones, who just passed away, to everyone in between, and just how, you know, the teams, the uniforms, the field, the concourse has evolved since then. And Sean Williams was telling them about all the history of the ballpark as Hennigan issues a walk to Ward to put runners on the corners here with one away now in the top of the 7th. No action in Reading's bullpen or in Erie's as well. And looks like the rain is not as bad anymore. Hard to tell in the press box. If I look into the light, I can kind of see it. Still some coming down though for sure. See it on top of the dugouts. Runners on the corner here with one away for Hennigan. Kicks, fires, looked like Ward wants to go, but he held up. Phillies still leading 8-3 now as another RBI single from Alec Boehm. 8-3 the score in the top of the 7th. Here goes Hennigan in the dirt and blocked. But players from all over have heard really great things about Reading's ballpark. They always say, you know, the guys in the organization tell them it's such a great place to play. And that's really why the organization has such a good contact with those guys that make it all the way to the majors. Chopper off the bat goes foul. They're always willing to help us out if we need something, and they're really supportive of the organization. Because when you're here in Reading, really, really feels like family. They take good care of you. And Kerry Carpenter remains in the box. The 2-1 count from Hennigan. Chopper up the first base side. Can they turn 2? Nope, they're going for 1. Guthrie to Miller over at first. Good play. They didn't have a choice. It was too slow and choppy off the bat. A nice charge there by Guthrie to even make the play. As Kreidler comes in to score, there's nothing you could really do about that. Infield was playing kind of back. They were going for the out instead of the out at home plate. But 2 away now as Ward shifts over to second. And that'll be Juan Centeno who comes up to the plate. He had a 2-run shot back in the 6th, put on some runs on the board for Erie. And now, I believe with these runs, they have usurped the old record back in 2005. That was set 32 runs in the first few games. And looks like some action in Fighton's bullpen now. Looks like Jacob Hernandez coming out. As Hennigan tries to get through this one. 2 away, runner on second. 8-4 the score in favor of the Fightons. We are in the top of the 7th as Hennigan looks to shut down the Pinatas. Sets up on that first base side of the rubber. Kicks high, fires home in the dirt. Now Hennigan has a real high kick, almost to his chin, and he kind of drives it back for some extra force. Almost like twists his body and then does that real long stretch out on the mound to push his body and his hips forward to gain as much momentum and velocity as possible coming down off the mound. And here is the 2-0 in the dirt. Nice pickup by Duran. It bounced. Not want him to get past that. As they get a new ball pretty much every time here now. It must be really wet out there. Hennigan setting up on the rubber now. Ward over on second. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. 8-4 the score. Kicks, fires, foul ball. And that will be fielded by the bat boy tonight, who brings out more bats. Looking at the radar, looks like a little bit more rain for the rest of the night. Not heavy, but occasional rain to end at 1:30 a.m. So we'll see about that. Here's the 3-1 to Juan Centeno. Once again, foul. Is it fair? Foul. Which was good because Miller was not able to come up with it as it bounces all the way back into the bullpen. Foul ball presented by Pennsylvania Insurance Fraud Prevention Authority. You guys remember the quote by now, don't you? Only weasels commit insurance fraud. Visit don'tbeaweasel.com today. I'm really interested to read that site. What a great URL. Good catch by them. Full count now to Juan Centeno. And fouled it off. Is it going fair? Dead ball, says home plate umpire. Crowd is upset. They wanted it to be a fair ball. They wanted to end the half inning. But looks like, and Sean Williams coming out to argue here. He's getting up in the face of Emil Jimenez, but now he's going back to the dugout. We saw Sean get thrown out at the end of last night's game. The game was over post that controversial swipe tag at the end of the game. And Sean was really upset, went up arguing with the home plate umpire. But the ball game ended 4-3, and the Fightins having a better time today. And the pitch is now outside, so he issues a walk to Centeno instead. 2 runners on now, both there by walks as Ward is over at second. And that brings up Dylan Rosa. Reached on an error back in the 6th. And will it be the end of the day for Hennigan? Yes, it will, as Sean Williams come out. Looks like we are going to get a call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen as Sean comes in. And no, they are leaving Hennigan in. Interesting note to me. Usually they don't send out the manager except to take out the pitcher, but maybe Sean just had something specific to say when he talked to the home plate umpire that he wanted to pass off to Hennigan. So it looks like they're going to let Hennigan get his way out of this one. 2 outs now. 2 on. Top 7, 8-4 the score. Erie's already plated 1 in this half inning. And Dylan Rosa 0-for-3 up at the plate right now. Kicks, fires, fouled off into the netting behind home plate. No one is going to get that one. It's up on the net in the plaza. Hennigan still got his velocity there, reaching 89 and 90. Game number 4 of 6 in the new way of MILB. Hennigan gets another foul ball, really making these hitters work for it as that one comes into the concourse ramps that head up into the seat area. So I could see fans over there, and they give the ball to a kid. Don't you love that? He's got a Fightin' Phil's jersey on and seems pretty excited about that. And the pitch from Hennigan is in the dirt. Are they going to pick someone off? Yes! Do they get him? No, they don't get him. And the crowd is upset, as what happened was the ball got away from Duran, and now they are booing out as the ball got away from Duran, and he went to pick off Centeno at first, who was well away from the base. He wanted to steal, and Ward did not want to steal, and Centeno can't go anywhere if Ward doesn't go anywhere. So he was stuck going back to first. Long slide for him, and he was not able to make the tag. Miller, that is, was not able to make the tag in time. Good throw and catch there. Nice thought-out play. And the count now 1-2 as Henny goes and gets the strikeout. Duran is pumped as Rosa strikes out swinging. No more damage done here in the top of the 7th. 1 hit, 1 run, and no errors by the Fightin' Phils. They leave 2 on base. We head into the bottom of the 7th inning. 8-4 is the score. Stick around here at First Energy Stadium.
In the singing of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Take it away, Erie. To a ball game, take me. I don't care if I ever get back. If they don't win, it's a shame. Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the whole ball game. Let's go, Fire! That was video board operator Michael Ranieri with tonight's Mitsubishi Chemical Advanced Materials 7th inning stretch. Engineering plastic products made and ready for over 50 years. Fans, it's now time to announce the Supportive Concepts Mystery Box winner. Tonight's Mystery Box winner is Gabrielle Knowles. Congratulations, Gabrielle Knowles. You've won the Mystery Box from Supportive Concepts. Attention fans, this is your last call for the 50-50. Last call to enter into the 50-50 drawing.
Hope you enjoyed your own personal 7th inning stretch at home as we are getting ready for the bottom half of the 7th inning here in Reading, Pennsylvania. Exciting times here as the Fightins lead 8-4 in the bottom of the 7th. And looks like the grounds crew is almost finished drying off the field, adding their turfs to the mound and the home plate area, first base area as well. Leading things off for the Fightins is going to be Madison Stokes, who had a solid single for his first hit in 2021.
Number 15, Madison Stokes.
And coming back is DeCaster for Erie Pinatas. That was the first time back in the 6th that the Arphils batted around the lineup in an inning. Here's the kick pitch from DeCaster in the dirt to Stokes. Stokes from Columbia, South Carolina. He went to University of South Carolina. 25 years old, drafted in the 10th round back in 2018. Spent 2019 in Clearwater, which was high A at the time. 242 batting average. As he takes a ball, 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Gets the corner, 2-2. DeCaster coming in a little while ago to relieve. Stokes sends one deep to left center field, but under it is Carpenter. And the wind just blowing the opposite way really put that one dead in the air as it's coming in from center field now. Sounded off the bat like it had more on it, but going to be a fly ball to left. As Nick Matera heads up for the Fightin' Phils. He got his first hit of the 2021 season in his last at-bat from Roxbury, New Jersey. Went to Rutgers and drafted back in 2018. Matera takes a first pitch strike at the knees. Matera, a catcher on the roster, but has not seen any time behind the plate yet. He spent his offseason training working on both his defense and offense. And he takes the ball, evening the count 1-1. He said that he trained with some other local athletes in different sports over that quarantine where he was stuck at home in New Jersey. He trained with some other baseball players and some wrestlers, and then worked out in Florida to do some other working out with other baseball players. The Phillies had weekly Zoom meetings with their infielders, outfielders, and pitchers to keep really good tabs, so that way they knew exactly what was happening during the off season. And the Phillies tried to make sure that everyone was prepared during the off season and was able to advance some of their skill set as Matera takes first on a walk. And that will bring up Luke Miller, who has 2 home runs on the night. His hitting streak is at 4 games, all 4 games in the season. Miller stepping into that righty batter's box. 8-4 the score here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Luke Miller, impressive work. Swings through the first pitch for a strike, really chased one low in the zone. 75 miles an hour off of Ethan DeCaster. Miller out of Muncie, Indiana. Spent 2019 with 2 different teams, Lakewood and Clearwater. He was moved to high A about halfway through the season as the 0-2 to Miller. Matera taking a lead on first after being walked 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th. 8-4 the score. A lot of guys over 6 foot on the roster here. Miller 6'2", as DeCaster calls time, tries to get the mud off of his shoes. And now he looks ready to rock and roll. And Luke Miller goes down swinging as he goes golfing and just not able to make any sort of contact. So 2 away now here on the bottom of the 7th inning, and we're heading up for Archimedes Gamboa, who doubled in his first at-bat, flew out to center, and walked. 8-4 the score here in the 7th inning. And 2 away now for the Fightin' Phils. Manager Sean Williams really excited about the improvements that Gamboa has made. Especially him already having experience in baseball town. He's really been able to make adjustments as he's got knowledge of how this ballpark caters to hitters. He's in that lefty batter's box now. And one in the dirt. Nice block there by Centeno. Don't forget, 2 more games in the homestand. You can get tickets still for them. ourphils.com/tickets. Another home series at the end of May, 25th to the 30th. And then the Fightin' Phils return home in June, where they will function at 100% capacity. Pretty exciting here in Reading. I know we're excited about being able to have everyone back at the ballpark. Matera on first, taking a short lead. And here's the pitch to Gamboa outside. Count now full. Highline Merchandising, formerly Textiles, is your local small business company that provides screen printing, design, and merchandising services for local national and international businesses, bands, shows, and festivals, including 7-time Emmy Award-winning show Schitt's Creek and Unsolved Mysteries. Visit our website at highlinemerchandising.com. Here's the pitch. Matera going. Gamboa fouls it back into the seats. And Matera going all the way back to first after all of that effort. Gamboa stays alive with the 5-4 count. The 3-2 count, excuse me. And here's the pitch again. Matera going, and Gamboa strikes out swinging as Erie throws it around the horn. And the 7th is complete in your scorebooks. No runs on no hits, no errors. They leave 1 on base as we head into the 8th. We're going to take a short break. Be back soon.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phils game ticket for only $18. No need to visit the concession stands. You can add a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet to any ticket. Selection includes barbecue chicken, barbecue sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, fruit, cookies, and Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL, order online at Fightins.com, or visit the Weidenhammer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs. Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania. Located conveniently between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown in Sinking Spring, the Manor Golf Club offers a true test of golf on a traditional championship-style golf course where shot making takes precedence over length. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more information.
I'm Jonathan Hennigan. How many of us weigh less than 200 pounds? 59%.
Oh, it wasn't higher. It was lower. You almost hit it right on the nose, James. Here's your 4 tickets. Here's some pretzels.
We are back at First Energy Stadium, top of the 8th inning, 8-4 the score here in Reading. Rain is still coming down, and we are ready for some baseball as Jacob Hernandez comes in for relief from Jonathan Hennigan. Let's get the final line on Hennigan. 1.2 inning pitch, 2 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. Pretty solid outing for Hennigan after his first outing on opening night. Love to see them come out again and get the job done, keeping the R-Phils into this game. He went 40 pitches, 20 of them strikes, and now Hernandez comes in from the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen. Hernandez is the probable closer here in Reading as he faces off against Cole Peterson. Count now 0-1 to Peterson. Here's the pitch from Hennigan. He gets it to chop up to Guthrie at second, on to first. An easy out for the Fightins against Peterson, and that will bring up the number 9 hitter, Valente, who's been on base all 3 times.
The third baseman, number 11, John Valente.
Hernandez has seen time in Reading before from Parker, Colorado, all the way from the Midwest to Pennsylvania, 24 years old. He was drafted back in 2017, went to UT Arlington. In 2019, he pitched in 47 games, only started 1, so really a known reliever. 1.68 ERA for Hernandez, really impressive stuff. 73 strikeouts compared to 27 walks. As the pitch comes in high to Valente, count now 2-0. Here's the pitch from Hernandez. It's low, called ball. Hernandez setting up on that first base side of the rubber. He kicks only about halfway up and powers his body forward. Doesn't do the full kick there. We saw Hernandez earlier in this series. We're going to see a lot of guys again as he walks Valente to get a base runner here in the top of the 8th inning with 1 out. Because of this new setup with 6 games, we're going to see a lot of the same guys again, and I think it will be great to see their progression from game number 1 until any time they reappear in the same series against the same team and how they learn each other. I think that will definitely be interesting. As Riley Green heads into the batter's box, pitch comes in at the knees for a strike. Phillies update, JT Realmuto hits a 2-run home run, and the Phillies extend their lead 11-2 over the Braves. Big day for the Phillies. In his first appearance, he went a third of an inning, 1 hit, 1 run. And that was all he did, a short outing for Hernandez. As for most of the pitchers, just trying to ease them back into it. Valente taking a small lead off of first, chopper off the bat, but it goes foul, says first base umpire Jasinski. Don't forget, fans, you can watch the Philly Stars of Tomorrow today on MILB.TV with all home and road away games streamed live. It's the only place to watch the R-Phils on your phone or computer on MILB.TV. Use the promo code FIGHTIN'Phils at checkout to save $10 on a yearly subscription. Visit MILB.com. And he gets a cut from Green and moves the count 0-2 as Hernandez gets ahead quickly. And Hernandez heading back into the box as Valente heads back to first base, but taking a slight lead as the Phillies play straight up here against the Piñatas. Here's the pitch from Hernandez, fouled again. Good thing we got that netting here. That had some exit velo on it as it bounced into the 67 club. Big moment here if the Arnfils can shut down Erie here in the top of the 8th inning. 8-4 the score as he gets Green to chase. 3 strikeouts on the night for Green. Not his day as we see Ryan Kreidler heading up to the plate. 2 away now in the top of the 8th inning. 8-4 the score. Fightin' Phils have scored 8 runs on 11 hits, 4 runs on 9 hits for Erie, both teams making an error. Kreidler in that righty batter's box, and don't forget about Valente over at first. Here comes Hernandez, but a called time by Kreidler, and sometimes they do that to get the pitchers off their rhythm, or if they're taking too long, then the batter gets to call time. And they both try to mess up each other's rhythm. Some pitchers pitch fast, some slow. Hernandez is on the slower side, but he gets a strike from swinging straight there from Kreidler. Here's the 0-1 from Hernandez, getting the call from Duran. Foul ball into the netting behind home plate. And looks like the wind's starting to pick up just a little bit more here. 0-2 the count now. Jacob Hernandez getting the sign from Duran, shaking it off. And they've agreed on something now. It'll be interesting to see what it is. Swing and a miss there. 2 strikeouts straight to get Kreidler. And Hernandez gets the job done. Issues only 1 walk here. No runs, and just Erie leaves Valente on base. As we head into the bottom of the 8th inning, we are getting close here at America's Classic Ballpark.
Congratulations to everyone that guessed correctly, and thanks to PSECU for sponsoring tonight's Hat Shuffle game. PSECU is proud to be one of the largest credit unions in Pennsylvania.
To the 8th we go here at First Energy Stadium. We've got a pitching change on the mound from the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen. Angel de Jesus comes in. We saw him opening night. He was pretty effective. Out goes DeCaster, who was as well. 1.2 innings pitched. No hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts for a total of 35 pitches. And De Jesus coming in now. He's going to face the top part of the Titans lineup, Guthrie, Brito, and Vierling. They've been pretty on point tonight. Scoring runs back in the 1st and making a big push in the 6th. De Jesus, 24 years old, out of the Dominican Republic. And Guthrie hits a high pop-up. Centeno finding it in foul territory, and he makes the catch. First pitch, 1 out here. and put that as an FP in your scorebooks. Daniel Brito coming up to the plate now. 2 singles so far for Brito. And the line for De Jesus in his first outing, pretty effective. 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 run, but it was not earned, and he got 1 punch out as well. See if Reading can hit off of him in this second appearance. 1 away in the top of the 8th, 8-4 the score here in Reading. Here's the pitch to Brito. He makes contact up the middle, but there is Kreidler. He bobbles it, throws it to first, and he gets it in time. Fightin' Phils fans bummed on that call, and looks like Brito is down over on first. He coming around the bag at first and into the foul territory. He's down on the ground, kind of stretching out his legs, it looks like. Unsure what is going on. The trainer, Chris Terrian, out, as well as near Luis Martinez, and heading over Sean Williams as they are helping Brito get up, and he's being helped off of the field limping, having trouble walking here, but is able to try to make his way back to the dugout. So it looks like maybe tripped up on the bag or slipped with the wet grass. And now there is 2 away here for Matt Vierling. Give it a second for them to get back in the dugout and Sean Williams to get back to third. Hope Daniel Brito is okay over there. Sending best wishes down to the dugout from the press box. And Sean Williams now heading back to third as he will be assessed by the trainer in the dugout. Angel De Jesus looks ready to go. He is on the rubber as there's 2 away now in the bottom of the 8th inning. 8-4 the score. And it bounces over the plate for a ball. Looks like they're going to ask for another one as I want a little slick here. Count 1-0 to Matt Vierling, who's been very productive. Very, very productive for the Fightins. Their most consistent hitter, rating his batting average all the way to 385 tonight. Definitely the most consistent hitter on the team, deserving of that number 4 spot as he steps back into that righty batter's box. 2 outs here, 8-4 in the bottom of the 4th. Angel De Jesus steps back, then he kicks up, fires, and Vierling chases one well outside. And the count now 1-2. Lots of fans still out here in the rain. Pretty impressed with their commitment to the team. We love to see it. Wind still blowing and rain still coming here at First Energy Stadium. But if you're under the cover, I imagine not as unpleasant. And Vierling takes a ball outside to make the count 2-2. Wide stance there for Vierling in the box. Bat up on the shoulder. Moving it around a little bit. He gets a chopper. Foul. Getting more balls to home plate umpire Emil Jimenez today. Nobody swimming in the pool out at the Reading Tower Health Hospital pool over there in right field. I imagine that it's a little chilly, the air, but the pool is heated very nicely. And if you're going to be wet in the stands, you might as well be wet in the pool. I know we have that filled up for the weekend. Fans are looking forward to it as Vierling gets a called strike at the knees by Jimenez, and 1-2-3 for Angel De Jesus in relief as we head into the 9th. One more opportunity for Erie. Fightin' Phils have 3 outs to go.
At 7.
Tonight's in-park attendance, 713. And the official attendance, 1,400.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly professional staff members are available to answer all of your questions and listen to all of your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership on Pottsville Pike today. The R. Phils and Savage 61 are excited to bring you Fightin's Baseball live from the comfort of your own home. If you are listening to this now, you're probably watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to check us out on rphils.com/pressbox for all the elite baseball information on the Fightin' Phils. The world-famous Fightin' Phils mascot band celebrates its 21st season in 2021, with pregame concerts starting Saturdays in May thanks to Truist. You heard right, actual mascots playing in a rock and roll band. See Quack the Rubber Duck on lead vocals and guitar, Screwball on drums, Bucky on bass, Change Up on bongos, and Blooper on lead guitar. A real band jamming on the T-Mobile stage before Saturday games this season. Don't miss the one-of-a-kind Fightin' Phils mascot band. Pre-game on Saturdays thanks to Truist.
More outs, Fightin' Phils fans, as the R. Phils look to win their first game of the 2021 season. Attendance presented by PSECU tonight, 1,452. Tonight's attendance at First Energy Stadium. They are proud to be one of the largest credit unions in Pennsylvania. Hernandez comes back on the mound to close things out for the R. Phils, and up to bat is Jacob Robson. And we have a defensive substitution. McCarthy Tatum comes out at third base to relieve Daniel Brito, who we saw have a injury over on the first base side and had to be helped back in the dugout. I do not have any details on that, but wishing him the best. And Robson sends one into shallow right field. It bounces in front of Josh Stephen, and the Erie Pinatas started off with a single. 8-4 the score here in the top of the ninth inning. A big hit day for both teams, but the Fightin's been able to capitalize when it mattered with running in scoring position. The wind picking up a little bit, the rain coming harder here as we try to wrap things up in Baseball Town. And up at the plate is Drew Ward. Runner on first now for Hernandez. Big swing and a miss from Ward. 77-mile-an-hour changeup from Hernandez. Hernandez getting the sign from Duran in the dirt. Nice block as a lead being taken by Robson. Hernandez setting up on the rubber. Here's the pitch. Low. No strike called by Jimenez. Fans are up. They are on their feet, as is the bullpen for the Fightin' Phils. Los Luchadores stay ready tonight for Fiesta Friday. We thank all of our partners. As a big swing and a miss there from Drew Ward. 2-2 count now, to Drew Ward. On first is Robson after that blooper single to right field. Here's the 2-2 from Hernandez. Big swing and a miss as Hernandez gets his third strikeout. All swinging strikeouts as he makes Ward chase one down in the zone. And one away now in the top of the ninth inning. Just 2 to go for Hernandez as Kerry Carpenter heads into the dish. Thank you to our Fiesta Friday sponsors. Savage 61 Auto Group presents the Los Luchadores Day Redding Latino Tribute Uniforms. Imperial Marketing, EXP Realty by Alex Betances, Humane, Pennsylvania, and Mao Beer. Right on the inside corner, a called strike And Jimenez has been really consistent with that lower part of the plate today. Got to give him credit for that. One of my favorite Twitter pages is this page called Umpire Scorecards. And they only do it for the major leagues as Hernandez gets Carpenter to swing and a miss again. And the page is called Umpire Scorecards. They only do it for the major leagues, but they assess the accuracy based on the strike zone that the umpire created and the actual strike zone that exists, and the run differential that was caused, and how many balls were outside of that strike zone. As a foul ball comes back close to the press box, a fan stands up with his glove and nabs it. What a play by the fan in box 3, maybe, if I'm counting right. Pretty impressive play there. Somebody recruit him. And now 0-2 to Carpenter. Big swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 from Hernandez. 1 to go as the Fightin' Phils fans are excited here at America's Classic Ballpark. 8-4 the score here at First Energy Stadium. Top of the 9th for Juan Centeno. A 2-run shot in the 6th and walked in the 7th. About all the action he's had today. Offensively, defensively, done a lot of work behind the plate. Infield shifts for Centeno as they usually do. And going is Robson, but defensive indifference there behind the plate for Duran, just letting him go, working on the batter with Hernandez as Hernandez gets that first pitch strike. 8-4 the score, top of the 9th. He gets him to swing, driving it into shallow center field, but there is Vierling as the Fightin' Phils win the first game of the 2021 season. 8-4 here. No need to play the bottom half of the 9th. The Los Luchadores take the game over the Erie Piñatas. We're going to take a short break while we recap for our post game. Stick around in just a moment.
All right, that's the Briscoe and Briscoe. Tomorrow night after the victory, we're going to get right. Pick out for breast cancer backpack. Thanks again to tonight's sponsor, Reading Hospital, the Glenn Cancer Institute. The upcoming promotions are brought to you by EPAWA, the R-Phil's official weather service. Tomorrow features a pregame concert by R-Phil's.
Little post-game show here for you fans. Fightin' Phils take this game number 4, 8-4 here at First Energy Stadium. Their first win of the 2021 season, playing as the Los Luchadores de Reading for our Latino and Hispanic tribute night. Fightin' Phils, big offensive day. They get 11 hits to the 12 hits comparatively from the Erie SeaWolves, but they were able to capitalize when the moment mattered. Daniel Brito started off with a single, scoring Gamboa, and followed by Josh Stevens' sacrifice fly, put up the Reading Fightin' Phils early on, 3-0. In the third, Robson countered for the SeaWolves, putting a ground ball into right field and scoring 3-1 the score. As we head into the bottom of the third, Josh Stevens was here for it. First single of the 2021 season into center field and making the score 4-1 for Reading. Bottom of the fourth, Luke Miller sent a bullet to left field, his second homer of the season, and putting up his hit streak 4 games in a row. Erie SeaWolves countering once again. Juan Centeno sent a 2-run shot to left field, countering Luke Miller's home run. 5-3, Reading still in the lead. They never gave that lead up. Luke Miller sent a sacrifice fly to center field, scoring Madison Stokes. 6-3, Brito with a single again to right fielder. That scored Gamboa and Matera, so a 2-run single there for Brito. And that made the score 8-3. Erie trying their best to come back. They're only able to score one in the top of the 7th, and it ended 8-4 now for the Fightin' Phils on top, or should I say Los Luchadores. Final game time, 3 hours and 21 minutes. Attendance by PSECU, 1,452 at First Energy Stadium. It looks like the loss is going to A.J. Ladwig. He's 0-1 now. And the hold will go to Jonathan Hennigan because the win is going to Jacob Hernandez. Hernandez getting in at the right time. 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, and 4 big fat Ks. All of them swinging strikeouts as he gets the Erie Pinatas to chase. Big game at First Energy Stadium today. Tomorrow's game starts at 6:05 is the first pitch. So look for the pregame show, I should say, around 6:15. I'm Emily Messina. Thank you so much for joining me on the air tonight. Appreciate it, everyone. See ya tomorrow.